We'll do it live. Fuck it.
We are what you made us. Exactly. So what's the big deal? 5 or 6 people get killed, and you all freak out and put it on us, and we're just reflecting you back at yourself.
Is the Tate LaBianca.
Had you let us put on a defense, we couldn't have explained to you why it happened.
Radio program.
Broadcasting from the Star City of the South, Roanoke, Virginia. You are listening live to the Tate LaBianca radio program. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, TLBers from all over the world. I'm Brian Davis alongside Tawna Laufenberg, and believe me, we got a lot of love for the ladies tonight, Tawna Laufenberg. I'll tell you what, it's good to be back. I hope all of you TLBers out there have had a great summer so far. We still got a little bit more left to go. A lot of stuff has been going on, though, in this TLB world of ours since we've last... congregated. Laufenberg, how are you?
I'm laughing. I'm great. I'm great.
It's always good to hear you laughing, and I'm laughing, and we're laughing together. But it's great to be back with you here.
Just all the love, feeling all the love.
All the love. I'm feeling so great about it. I love it. This is going to be a great show tonight. Great program, I should say, because we've got some information I think you've uncovered, and I'm excited about it. I thought now is as good a time as any. Of course, we didn't want to do a show the week of the anniversary of the murders,
right?
Which took place this past weekend. And if it's okay with you, and I know it will be, I'm going to take a moment. And we're going to do a moment of silence because I don't think anybody this weekend, I'm not talking about listeners or people privately. I'm talking about anybody that does any of this stuff like a YouTube show or a blog or anything they do media wise with this case. I don't think I haven't seen anybody post anything about the victims. Have you?
It's almost like they don't realize that there were real people that died.
It's almost like they don't realize that they were real people that died. And this stuff really did happen. I know.
Right.
Because there's festivals and just crap like that where people were celebrating. I think it's a little bit too much. And nowhere did I hear anybody say, oh, you know what? My thoughts are with the victims' families or
That's right.
So if it's okay with you, because I know we don't like to do shows on the weekends or the anniversary dates of the murders, we wouldn't have done that even if we had been doing stuff. But we do like to acknowledge the moment that this all took place. I guess now 56 years ago,
and how bad it really was.
Yeah, and so for a moment, if we could just take a few seconds here or whatnot, and just I'd like to take a moment of silence, as you know, the old moment of silence, Laufenberg. I think it's appropriate right now. So before we proceed, and I'm sorry it took so long to get to this point, but I want to take a moment of silence for the 56th year that these murders happened in 1969. So here we go. Thank you. Okay. Hard to believe 56 years, is it not?
Yeah, it is. It's a long time.
It's a long time. And, I often wonder sometimes where this will go well after I'm gone.
Yep.
75, 76, 86, all of these anniversary dates are going to continue on. And it just makes me wonder where it will go, if anywhere. So, just want to say condolences again to the families. I know families of these victims. I know a few of them are kind of well known to the public, such as Deb Tate, Jay Sebring's nephew, Di Maria, who made the documentary on his uncle.
And his new book.
in his new book. Thank you. Yeah. So, and I'm sure the Folger family is out there somewhere. I know the Parent family is out there. I've talked to a couple of them before, and I just know they're affected by this still 56 years later, and so are many other people. And
you never bring out Roman though.
I don't. I guess I should maybe, but the thing with Roman, it bothers me what he did with the girl years later after this. I can't. I just, it's hard for me. But you're right. He'd lost his at the time. At the time, that was a loss to him. And you got a good point. I guess I should bring him up. I wonder if what is he now? He's got to be in his 80s or something.
Yep,
90s.
And married and kids and.
I wonder what he thinks about it these days.
I wonder if he still thinks of her.
Yeah, I do too. I wonder all these things, but I don't. You're right. I don't mention him often, but I guess you got a point. I'm just sour. I'm sour on him because of the thing he did with the girl, that little
Makes
girl
sense.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, God bless. And man, just hard to get. I guess it just bothers me that there are people out there that kind of glorify the murders on these dates. Like I think they're really scumbags to do that.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't do anything about it. But the fact that they do it, I just want to take a moment and give a little moment of silence, like we did. I think that's what we should have done, and we did. So, anyway,
most of them don't think that Manson has anything to do with these murders. So why they're going to celebrate the murders, I don't know.
That's a good point. I've brought that up before. If you're a Manson supporter,
I got it from you. That's yours. I stole your
okay.
line.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you think that too, because I have always thought that. I don't understand if you're a Manson supporter or a Manson groupie, even. Why do you even, bring him into the murders? He claims, Manson himself claims that he's not part of it and wasn't part of it, at least the conspiracy part, quote, unquote. So I don't understand it either, why they even choose to bring him into it. You remember there's that one year, I think we got the picture somewhere because we laughed at it a little bit, but there's that picture that they posted where they're all sitting in the LaBianca driveway a few years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I just look at that and I laugh, not in a comedic way. I laugh like in a ridiculous way. Like, what the hell are they doing?
I wonder what the neighbors think when they see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what are they doing? What is that? What are they doing? And if you look at the picture, I don't know if I got it right off the top of my head, but like, if you look at the picture, they just look stupid. There's no point. Like, what are you doing sitting in the victim's driveway? What is that? Hang on. I'm going to see if I can find that real quick. It just looks so stupid.
It's kind of, I don't know. I hate to use the word, but it's just icky. You
know
what I mean?
Good.
Like just icky.
I like that word. I don't mind that word. That is icky. It looks icky. I think I can find it.
I can't even find the right word to even describe it, like.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's that sick. It's that messed up. But I think I've got it. So I kept it because it's so just. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I knew I kept this. Look at these fucking weirdos. I'm sorry, you're all a bunch of fucking creeps. I don't know what else to say. Here we go. This is a few years back, and you can see these freaking idiots. Can I move it? I can't move it. You can see if it moved up a little bit. I guess it's off center here.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, the big guy, the big tall oof standing up, in case you can't see his head, that's Nicholas Schreck. There's Benoit Balls Gorecki, front and center, of course. He's probably laughing at a dead body somewhere because he's a sicko. I don't know who the guy is in the hat and the glasses. Don't care. I don't know. Is that George Stimson sitting there next to Shrek? I don't know who that is. Probably not. Looks.
I think so.
No, that's probably not. I don't know who the weirdo's in the back there on the far right with the. She got some type of makeup on or something. I don't know who.
So they did this on one of the anniversaries. They went and they.
Yeah, this was like a few years ago or something. I don't know exactly. There's Dennis La Cacalandra. You can't miss that freak anywhere. And I don't know who the guy is sitting next to. But the point is, what are they doing? What are they doing here? They come out on the anniversary dates and they sit out in the freaking victims' driveways or whatever. I don't get it. especially if your God is not part of these murders. What are you doing?
Wow.
You think it's fun to go put on a festival and party and have music and let's put on the family jam, man. You bunch of freaking sickos, man.
Just pick a different day.
No, that's the thing about it. That's why they do it. That's why they do it. They want to disrespect the victims. They like to do this shit. This is part of why I hate their guts. It's part of why I hate them. And there's the head. There's the head of the snake right there, Nicholas Shrek.
Now, what if they were there to like put flowers down or?
Oh my God, dude! The stuff that he says about these victims.
But would that make it any different? Would it make it any different to you if you saw they were
obviously?
All
they wouldn't be Manson groupie freaks if they were doing that. And if they're doing that, they're probably putting dead roses or something down.
Aww.
Because that's how they are. They don't care about the victims of this case. They don't care about the actual justice of the case. They don't care about any of that. Like, what the hell would they would tell me? Tell me one reasonable purpose they would be sitting in that driveway. I'm all ears.
Crickets.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because you're all a bunch of freaking sicko pieces of trash. And I don't care if I'm not afraid of any of them. What are they going to do? Beat my ass? Dude, I'll tell you what, I would take an ass whipping to tell them they're a bunch of sick fucks. You damn right. You damn right I would. I don't give a damn. I'll take it. That's disgusting. Anyway. I just wanted to speak on that, man. I just think it's disgusting.
You feel better now.
Well, I don't even think I feel better. It's repulsive, man, that they did that they do this every year.
I know I've seen the photos of them at the at El Coyote before.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
I don't get it. I mean, they all do it, man. They all do it. They all go down there and hang out in the booth, and I got to sit in the same booth that Sharon sat in, and like, what the fuck? I just think that shit's weird and creepy, man. I don't think I'm the only one.
I think it's tragic, actually.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
All right, but that's more. I just wanted to speak on that. I guess I just got off a little bit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
got it all out of your system.
Well, I just
let it go now. If you know.
I'll just say it, man. I don't even think I got it out of my system. I'm just not going to tie up the rest of the show about it. That's all. All right. What else we got going on? Before we get into what we were going to talk about. Here's the head fucking dumb shit anyway. Same old story. You're right, Boner. Here's Boner. Let's put him up here, buddy. I don't know why you do it, Boner. After 14 years, dude, I do. I talk about you, but it's not in the way you think it is. But the show does kick ass. I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know why you do it, dude.
It's his thing.
I just don't get it.
Everybody's got to have a thing, Brian.
I guess, man. I don't get it though. But this is not an act. You know that, right? This is like really real. I'm for real. Like, I hate this shit. But thank you for the comment. We are weird adversaries. I will admit, we are weird adversaries. What would you think about? Is that accurate, Laufenberg?
I'd like to see you guys have like a WWE wrestling match or something.
I'm too old. That would have been great 15 years ago. I'm too old for that now. I'm not playing. Like, that would be great.
Stover
I'd love it.
versus Brian.
Yeah, thank you, Boner. You know I hate this shit. Like, it's not an act. I really do hate it. That's probably honest to God, it's probably the only real thing I hate about him. About you, Boner. Like the whole gimmick thing. That's the only reason I kind of hate.
Are you gonna keep calling him Boner, or are you gonna call him Stoner?
I don't know. He likes the name now. He likes it anyway.
Because on rare occasions you actually slip up and call him Stoner. So
I do. I know. It's a weird thing, man. It's a weird thing. Anyway, Marty Powell. Hello to you. I got to say hi to Marty. Marty's a good friend. I haven't seen him in a while. So before we continue, I'm going to get on to another couple things that's happened since we've been last on the show. Laufenberg.
He says he'll never call him Stoner.
Huh?
He
What?
says he'll never call him Stoner.
No, I won't. No. Fuck you. So I'm getting back into this stuff now. We've been working on some things the last couple of weeks, as I said in the promo, and we've got a couple of cool things here, but I'm still off about a couple of things. So work with me here, people. The last I looked, has the governor made a decision? Well, first of all, let me I guess let's bring this out. Everybody know. See, you guys know all this stuff. I don't know shit right now. I'm catching up. Has the governor made a decision? Like, first of all, Pat Krenwinkel, Laufenberg, Pat Krenwinkel has been recommended for parole.
Ooh, okay.
Are you kidding me? Leslie Van Houten is out. She's out. She's done.
Right.
And look. Well, let me ask you this. What's the one question you get asked the most in this case? Because I'll tell you what mine is.
What is yours?
Why do these killers go along with the official narrative of the prosecutor? And you know what, Laufenberg?
I have some theories on that.
I can answer any question on this case. I feel I can give you an answer, even if it's like my own opinion. I can answer any question on this case. But
Any question?
If you let me finish, I'll accept that question. Okay. Because that's the question I cannot reconcile. I have no idea why these killers have decided to do this other than, and the only explanation I've ever been able to give is the possibility of parole. They were willing to tell the official narrative thinking, you know what, we got a chance of parole now. And you could argue that I'm right because it's working. It's actually working. It's taking years to do, but it's working because there's none other than Leslie Van Houten, who has been telling her same thing through the years since she was convicted in 1978. And she told the official narrative and yada, yada, and she's out. She's out. And now Pat Krenwinkel was getting recommended. And now Bruce has been recommended over. Bobby's probably getting out pretty soon. I don't know what their deal is with him, but sometimes they recommend him and sometimes they don't. But whatever the deal is, he's probably getting out. So I have decided, fuck them all. Laufenberg, I am going to start a rally. I'm going to start a rally. I'm going to advocate for the release. Guess who? You know who? Yes. Fucking Watson. You got to get him out, man. If Pat Krenwinkel gets out, so does this. That's a bad picture, but so does this sumbitch. Yes. Now, that's how bad it is. Imagine me, right? You want me up here every week? You want me up here every week going, oh, this guy ought to be out. Yeah, you let this fucking thing out right here. You better let this fucking thing out.
He'll be doing it alone.
Okay. Before I come out of this little gimmick, I want to know what the difference is. What's the difference? Why can't we let Tex out if you let her out? And if you let Leslie out? And Susan probably would have got out had she not died. So, essentially, you're going to let all the girls out. And you're not going to let Watson out. And they're all guilty of the same thing. Same crime, same thing. But you're going to probably say, not you, everybody, you meaning people in general, they're probably going to argue, yeah, but Tex is the one that actually killed everybody. Leslie stabbed the dead body. And Pat did just freaking fucking head. Or they're going to come with the good old, well, they've been in there for 50 years. They've done enough time.
You got to stop talking like that. I'm trying to take you seriously, but I can't.
That's how they come out. That's how they're coming across to me. That's how they sound. to me when they talk like that.
Right.
I think if you are in favor of first-degree murderers getting out of prison, then you must live downstream from the nuclear plant. That's what I think of you. There is no reason a first-degree murderer should get out because of, they were in there long enough. That tells me you don't realize these crimes actually happened. You think the amount of time that has gone by somehow erodes the justice that should be put, stayed in place here, and they should do their life in prison. And really, I mean, some people would argue they should have been killed in the electric chair, on death row. Obviously, that didn't happen because the law says, nope, we're going to take that off the table. We'll give you life with possibility of parole. That doesn't mean you get parole. But in this case, it looks like that's what's going on. So what is the deal, by the way? Do we know? Let me look in the chat room. What is the deal with
See, I do think that what Tex did is a bit worse than the girls, but I do think that they all should be in prison. I don't think anybody should be getting out, but Tex did do a lot more than.
Well, I think they all should be in prison too. That's my argument. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm being ridiculous about this when I say Tex should get out too. Like none of them should get out, for fuck's sakes.
Well, I know that Susan's already passed, but think about what she did. She held on to a woman while Tex was murdering her. I mean, can you get more up in it than that? Right?
Well, that's my point. I don't know how you can start doling out differences. Well, Tex did this because he killed everybody with the knife, and somebody just held on to him, so she didn't do that much. And Leslie stabbed a dead body, and that's not a big deal. I don't know how you can do that. I mean, I try to put myself in the same position. If it was my family and I knew 4 people invaded the house and killed my family, and one of them did the actual gun, pulled the trigger. Okay. One of them did that. And one of them kind of like, well, waited till maybe my dad was dead before she stabbed him or whatever. Like, none of that would matter to me. I want all 4 of those that committed the crime, that broke into the house, that was there when my father or mother or whoever was killed. I want them all. They're all equally guilty to me. Am I wrong? Am I wrong there?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
By the way, Mike makes a good point. Thank you, Mike. I'm assuming that's Mike Catcher. Susan did stab Frykowski, so she didn't just hold him.
In the legs. Yeah.
She didn't just hold him.
But she did hold Sharon, right?
Thank you. I'm with Gil Hodges. This is where I'm at. If you participate, you're guilty.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So my point is, if my theory on the parole board thing, right? I mean, I think I know why they're giving parole recommendations out now like it's candy to kids. And that is because I think back in the 80s, when the parole started happening, people on the parole board were still old enough to have a personal relation with the case. They remember the case themselves, you see. So they have like a personal, not a connection, but like they were alive and they were teenagers or whatever, or they were the same age or whatever when the actual murders happened. So when they became parole board members and these murders came up before them, they probably remembered how these murders were, and they were like, you get no parole. And then through the years, they did go through the conditions of getting their degrees and their programs that they got into. And some of them didn't have any bad record in prison and so forth. So that helps us, of course, too. But what really matters is later on in like 2024, when they're doing a parole hearing, the people on the parole board nowadays, they have no connection to the murders from 1969. They're probably in their 40s themselves. That means they were probably born in the 70s sometime, or maybe early 80s even. So they have no connection to these murders. So when they look at the case, they see a bunch of elderly inmates that have been in here forever. And you know what? Fuck it. Fuck the inmates. I mean, fuck the victims. You know what? They've been in here long enough. Let's let them have parole. Because they have no connection. I think it's like we said. You know what? They have no connection to the case. Let them out. And I think.
What do you think about Bobby?
Same thing. I don't think any of them, I think they're all guilty. Every one of them. I think the least guilty would be Bruce. Anyway.
Yes.
I just wanted to get that off my chest, man. I think that's some crap. The whole point is, what is the deal? Did the governor make a decision yet? I guess I should look that up real quick. I should know that, and I don't. I'm so sorry. Let me do a quick, I got to find out.
We've been working on other stuff.
I know, but I got to find out. I got to find out what's going on with that.
I think Bobby was up too, wasn't he?
Yeah. All right. Last report I got here that she was recommended, and this is like June the 2nd. This is like just a couple months ago. So I guess the governor has not made a decision yet. Okay. All right. So they're still waiting. There we go. I don't know. We'll check on Bobby later. Yeah, Bruce's story kind of does, as much as I heard of him is that he held the gun. That's what Bruce's attorney told me one time. Because I was like, what did they get Bruce for? I asked his attorney. I said, what did they get Bruce for? I mean, he was there. I get that. But what did Bruce actually do other than stand there while Charlie, cut Hinman's ear? And his attorney told me that, well, he held the gun on him. He actually sat there and held the gun on him. So I guess that's where they got Bruce. Pat kind of looks like Bruce. You might be right with that gray hair and that face. They do look related, maybe. Yeah. Wow. All right. Laufenberg, lots of stuff though going on here.
Yes, lots of stuff.
What do you think?
Lots of stuff.
So what I wanted to talk about tonight, I was excited. And I told Tawna, I said, we got to do this. We got to get this out here and start doing some shows again. And so she was like, well, this is a good time. Look what I found. And most of you know that I subscribe to the theory of, and I'm not even saying I came up with it originally, but I have definitely hooked onto it and made it somewhat of my own. Despite what other people think, you can think along with me or not, or maybe you thought this before I did even, probably. Tawna, there's a lot of people that have been following this case a lot longer than I have. So there's probably people, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's thought of this stuff through the years, but part of my belief on this case is that the bodies that supposedly never left the house were actually outside.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, Jay Sebring on the front porch, and Sharon as well.
Right.
I'm having trouble right now with my. Why isn't this?
Technical difficulties, right?
I just I don't know what the hell. How does this not work for me? I'm trying to get to something right here. Can you see it? It's up near the blue waves. This thing won't scroll down for me.
Blue waves.
Yeah. Do you see it?
No.
Okay.
Blue waves.
I have no idea why this is my mouse. My mouse works. It just won't scroll. Anyway, I can't get to anything, Tawna. You're going to have to get to the stuff here.
Okay.
I'm so fucking mad right now. I could eat nails.
I can hear it in your voice.
No, because so here's the thing. We're going to get off. We're done with, never mind.
Our news. We are done with the news. Yes.
No,
done with the news.
No, we're done with this fucking StreamYard.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I'm not playing. This fucking thing sucks ass. Never liked it. I have no idea what's coming up here. That's the thing. I don't know what I'm going to punch here. That's not it. All right. So I can't get to what I want to get to. And obviously Tawna doesn't know what I'm trying to get to either. So we're going to. So basically Tawna found some, I guess, documentation from the transcripts.
That I did.
And it was Detective Granado.
Right.
And Detective Granado was on the stand. And basically this is what he had to say about the possibility of bodies being moved back into the house.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm supposed to take it now?
Laufenberg, I just said I can't get to the stuff.
Okay, here. So I can play.
Yes, get to it, please.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
So right here, Laufenberg was going through her usual, as she always does. She's so finely detailed, and she found some stuff. What were you looking for? Well, never mind. We'll talk about that in here in a second, because I'm always impressed when you find these things.
Right.
And as you look down this piece of transcript here,
it actually took me a second to realize what I was looking at because it was just so nonchalant. This is the judge asks questions of the officer here. So the questioning is over and the judge has his own question.
So the court is actually the judge.
Yes.
And the witness is Detective Granado.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Who was handling the blood on the scene.
Yes.
Okay. Now, before we get too far in this, I want to say I've seen some other well, I guess I'm just going to say the reason I'm hesitating here, I'm trying to decide, did we watch this together? So I've seen the video that George Stimson put together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where he kind of like says the blood was maybe mishandled or contaminated or whatnot. And we've got some screenshots also in our group where people have kind of challenged this from me a little bit.
Wasn't there one from Billy Rizzo from years ago?
Yeah, and I want to bring that up. If I can. Yeah. So let me get that up on the screen because this is where it started. Like, I know George he didn't look like he made a pretty good video in all honesty. I usually crack on George sometimes, but dude, I gotta be honest. I watched him and I watched his video and I applaud George for doing it. Like, I'm always glad when these groupies or whoever, these people that are Charlie supporters, and they actually are serious about the case. I'm actually appreciative of that. I wish they would do it more. So I watched the video. Did we watch that together is what I'm trying to figure. Did we? Huh?
We did. We did. Yeah, we watched it together.
Okay, I couldn't remember. So we watched the video and I thought that's some interesting stuff. That's some interesting points. And I'm not quite convinced that he's right. Are you?
No.
I'm not. I'm just
certain
not.
things, yes, certain things no.
Yes, correct. Let me put it that. That's a good way to put it. Certain things, yes.
But I like the way that he was methodical about going to how he came to his conclusion. So even if I disagree with it, I can understand his methodology with it.
And I repeat that too. I echo that. So George Stimson, I give you respect for your experiment in your video. However, I respectfully disagree. And we're going to get more into that maybe down the road. But
yes,
in the meantime, I still think the bodies were on the front porch. I still think that's Jay's blood. And now Laufenberg somehow found this testimony in the trial transcripts. And if you read down, the witness is Detective Granado and the court is actually the judge. Tawna, why would a judge ask questions after the prosecutor or defense attorney of cross or direct? Why would the judge then step in and have his own questions?
Because he's looking for understanding. He's not just this judge. He does this a lot during this whole trial. He gets his questions in and comments in. Older didn't do it like that, but this guy does. And
gotcha.
Yeah, it's just like he's trying to make sure that he's understanding what is going on.
Okay. And are these possible questions that the attorneys, prosecutor, or defense may not have been clear about and may not have even asked themselves?
Right. Yeah. Just to clarify. Yeah.
Okay. So you can read along with us and you can see the transcript here. I'm not going to start at the top because it's all going to lead down to what I'm talking about anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And the point of it is this, when it gets down to this point, And they're talking about the subtypes. Neither one of them had 0 or O with subtype MN. Is that correct? And the witness says that is correct. And then the judge asked Granado, can you account for the O-MN blood type outside of the house? And Peter M. just accurately said the same thing. There were blood spots of OM in the garage and of the property.
Yes.
And that's exactly what they're asking right here. So great question, Peter M. Great question. Or great statement, I should say. It's not even a question, it's a comment. Great comment, Peter M. And that's exactly what he's saying. So neither one of them had with with subtype MN. Is that correct? And the witness says that is correct. And then he goes on to ask, the judge asks, can you then account for the O-MN blood type outside of the house when the only bodies outside of the house were Wojtek Frykowski and Folger, and neither one of them had the O subtype MN. That's exactly what he's asking. Basically, the comment that Peter M just made.
Yes.
And Detective Granado answers, unless one of the two the OMN bodies had at one time been outside bleeding and brought back in. And then, of course, the judge follows up. Now, on the front lawn area, you also found blood type OMN. Is that correct, sir? Right after your testimony concerning the pathway on the walkway. I think his notes called it a porch, front lawn area porch. Yes, that's what they're going over right there. I mean, to me, Granado thinks, and we had that picture. I can't get to it. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna bring it back up myself. Thank you. Yes, that's it. Thank you. Graphic. I know. I should have warned. Sorry. You guys know. You've seen it. So Granado is looking at this right here, and he thinks this is bodies on the porch, right? Basically. Could be.
Well, he doesn't name the person. He just says bodies. So
right. Now, lots of people think that might be Frykowski's body, right?
Yep.
But why would that not be? I wonder.
Is that a loaded question?
All right, let me answer it. So probably why that won't be is because Linda says in the second trial testimony, I believe, is that right?
Oh,
she
yes.
says
yes.
She saw a body come out and fall into the bushes or into that area and not get back up.
Right. Well, it's that the man came out, and she says that she dramatically locked eyes with him, and then he fell down. Well, wait, I should take that back. In the first trial, she says that she locks eyes with this man, and then he falls down. In the second trial, she says he comes out and he falls down and never gets back up. So.
Okay. And here we have to stop.
Right.
And I have to make a comment because this is another problem we have. Can you get that off of there?
Yes, again.
Can you get, what are you doing?
What am I doing? How about that? Is that better? You are not liking the StreamYard, are you?
So I got to say that why do they have, I got a big problem with this. They have contradictions from the first trial to the second trial. Why do they have that? How can that be? How can you have the testimony in one trial and then in the very next trial, they come back and they testify something completely different? How in the world does that fly, Tawna Laufenberg?
Well, the prosecution is not going to prosecute their own witness for lying.
Yeah.
Right.
But you would agree with me, right? They like you just pointed that out in the first testimony, in the first trial, Linda testifies that she locks eyes with Frykowski?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Locks eyes with him. Do you know how close you would have to be to lock eyes with somebody in the dark?
In the dark. Yes.
And then in the second, good, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go. That's what she's looking at. And then in the second trial on the same murder case, you testify that you saw a man come out and fall in front of you and never get back up, right?
Yes.
What do we do with that?
Well, the locking eyes bit is because that's the moment she says
No,
that.
what do we do with the goddamn two different testimonies and two different trials?
Well,
what do you do?
Why is
What
she,
do you
why
do?
is she lying? Why is she lying?
What is she lying about?
Well, if she's lying about locking eyes with this man, which obviously she is, it's dark. You're not, unless you're like, what, 3-4 feet away, you're not going to be able to lock eyes with somebody right there. But that's the moment where she's going to evoke the scary Manson name, because that's the moment that she realizes that he's not God and he's the devil. That's what she says in her testimony. It's like the moment.
Now,
so
Tex Watson's trial comes up a year later, and she goes, none of that. She mentions none of that and says, oh, I saw the guy come out and fall right there in the bushes.
And Tex stab him and kill him and not get back up.
Now, I ask again, what do we do with that? Which one do we go with? You know which one I'm going with?
The one that fits the evidence?
Yes.
Right.
But the fact that even goes on, man, how can that be? How can not, I don't understand how we can't bring that up on some type of an appeal. Oh, and by the way, part of the appeal would be, and they use different testimony in each trial. And they do it all over. It's all over the trial. It's not like one witness is giving a contradiction of testimony. It's all over the Tex trial.
Yep.
That doesn't raise any red flags for anybody?
I don't know how they can get away with it.
It does. It literally makes me mad. I'm so freaking mad about that.
And it's not just one witness either. It's witness after witness after witness.
Well, and there it is. Jerome May says Linda might be lying. Hey, there's no question in my mind Linda is lying. I know that. But is she lying about both things? Or is she lying about one of them? Obviously, she would be lying about one of them. But is she lying about both? Oh, she didn't really see a guy get stabbed and go down into the bushes. Or, yeah, because remember, she's supposed to be back at the car listening for sounds, right?
Yep. Of course, that's not going to happen, though.
These mother... You see my point, man? They've got this all. And again, why do they do this? Why are they going along with the prosecutor? How can they testify two different things in the same trial or in the same murder case, two different trials? How can they do that and not get called out? How can Friedman say, oh, well, he called me at 11:20 and I said, that's too late. And he said, no, it's not. It's only 11:25. And you know what? He was right, because I looked at my clock and it was 5 minutes. And I said, you know what? I set my clock 5 minutes fast. So Stephen is right. It is only 11:20.
And that came out on cross-examination.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you won't see that in the first trial. But that's not, what the,
You know what? There's another interesting thing that happens in the second trial of how she describes this scene. She says that behind Tex stabbing this guy, she sees Pat and a woman, right? But if you would just take her point of view and turn it down to the yard, that's exactly what she would have been looking at, as if it was not on the porch. It's just, it would have been down the yard. Like, she's moved it. Because that's the order that it went. She says that she sees Tex and then Abigail behind him with Pat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man.
So if you put them on the front, that would mean that what's behind the front door right there, the bathroom. So it doesn't even make any sense logistically as to where she's saying what she's seeing is occurring.
Right. Right. So she's definitely, so, oh God, this has got Bugs' fingerprints all over it even more now. I mean, this is so crazy, dude. It's so freaking crazy. I can't believe it, man.
Well, look at the difference in what Linda says in the second trial about how she came to the ranch. In the second trial, she says that, yeah, she met Gypsy and all that happened, and then Gypsy left. And later on that day, she hitchhiked to the ranch and got there right about sundown. Now, that's a far cry from, oh, I'm being taken to join a cult where this beautiful man lives. Right? I mean, does that make sense? It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
It's like anything in the first trial to make it more cultish or evil or creepy.
All right. Can we get that down?
Yes, we can get it down.
Thank you. I don't know why it just would not scroll up to the top of this. Yeah, we're getting rid of this.
Nothing is working right.
I'm going to tell you right now, if they're listening out there, StreamYard, you suck ass. I'm just going to tell you right now, you suck ass, man. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I laughed at that so hard. Have you seen that lately? Donald Trump, he signs everything at the end of it. He goes, no matter what it is, right? No matter what he's been signing. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Yep.
All right. Now, and we're going to do another show on this blood thing. Don't think we're not. We've
had some developments that we need to run down a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to. The scarf. We found some kind of, I guess, I thought the scarf at first now, and I thought this for years until recently. Can we go over that?
Yeah, and actually, it's probably the next page in the transcript after. I don't have it loaded up because we're having troubles, but it's right after this thing with the bodies on the porch.
Okay.
Drop back in, however you want to put it.
Well, so the scarf, I thought was Sharon's.
Right.
Because it's a blue scarf, and we saw pictures of her wearing a scarf. And it may be still, I don't know. But I don't know now. I'm actually questioning that now. What changed about the scarf?
Well, everything that I've seen, it said that the blood type was O. And I assumed that it would have been Sharon's for some reason. You know, it's a scarf. But it turns out that it's OMN. So it's Jay's blood. Or Tex Watson's blood, maybe. We don't know what blood type he has.
Yeah, I know. Could be his.
And it's described as a blue neck scarf. With OMN on it.
That's what's on it. That could be Jay's. And how could Jay's get on that scarf? From Tex, maybe? Tex has Jay's blood on him. He picks the scarf up to wipe the blood off, and boom, you got Jay's blood on the scarf.
I don't know. It's a weird little detail.
Do you think it's Sharon's, or do you think it's Wojtek's?
It's August. I can't imagine it being anybody's.
So what I've seen people wear scarves and bandanas around their necks, cowboy, wranglers, whatever they call them out there, the workers at the ranch. They wear these type of bandanas, and some people wear, like, for style when they go out, they wear like a scarf around their neck, like kind of like a, just be cool. Maybe, I don't know. Wojtek was kind of a mod type of guy, right? He dressed kind of mod, they called it back then. Would that be part of, would a like a silk scarf or whatever material that was around his neck, would that be part of the mod look, or would it not? Somebody out there fill in the blanks here for me. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. I'm asking. Would that be part of the look? Would that be part of the mod look? Would it be Wojtek's scarf, or would it be one of the girls? Or would it be Jay's?
Or how else would it have gotten out there?
And then how would it have gotten
grabbed in some other way, like you were saying, for Tex to
Yeah, I'm
grab his
wondering if
hand
Tex
up
is
or put up,
right.
or
It's right. That's where I'm going with this. Is Tex fighting and he's grabbing? Does he pull the scarf off of somebody that he's fighting? It's something to think about. Oh, I like this. Barb Meineke. Hello to you, by the way, Barb. Good to see you. I vaguely remember Jay with the scarf around his neck, tied to the side. I have to look. Yeah, if you could find that for sure, I would love to see a picture of that if we could find that. That's what I'm wondering. Every time, that's what I'm saying, Gil. I think everybody had that kind of, if you were into that lifestyle, wasn't it kind of part of like, you're going to be mod, you're going to look cool when you go out to the club or whatnot. And I think Wojtek was wearing those mod pants. He was looking kind of mod. He was hip. Thank you. That's what I thought, Giz. Scars were kind of popular for men back then. Like a style thing. Style. You wear it in style. Even if it's summertime, you wear it like a style thing. So maybe somebody had that on when they went out to the El Coyote. To the El Coyote.
from Scooby-Doo. I like that.
No, to El Coyote is how it should be said. Ghost of Mojo. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. He says that was a hot night. He's trying to say. I see his correction down there. That was a hot night for a scarf. Whoops, got the wrong one. Oh, there we go. That was a hot night for a scarf. It would have been. That's what Tawna is arguing. That it was hot that night. Who would wear a scarf in the middle of August, right, Tawna? Is that what you're?
Yeah, even at midnight.
It wasn't Fred from Scooby-Doo. If it wasn't for the meddling kids. Yeah, even for that night, midnight or whatever, it would still be kind of hot, you think? Humid. Yeah. Does California get the humidity out there? The humidity?
A little, not much.
Yeah, okay. Ah, Mr. RJ M. Green. Thank you. Hello to you, my friend. They call them ranchero scarves, Tawna. You ever heard of that?
Ranchero scarves.
Ranchero scarves. My correction. Have you ever heard that?
That I have not.
Okay. So we're on to something then. We're on to something. He could have been wearing the scarf as a stylish thing, or not him, maybe Jay. Jay was pretty stylish. They were all pretty stylish, probably.
Striped pants.
Yeah, straight pants, those mod pants kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, people. We're learning together. We're going about this together. You know what? That's a good question. I think he was. You know what tells me, Russell Cook, that they were doing the drug thing is they had their shoes on. Both Jay and Wojtek had their shoes on when they were killed. What the hell? What is that about? Thank you, Boner. He says it's great here. I agree. Would everybody else agree with that? I think we do. It is great here. All right. These are just things I'm throwing out, people. I want to know these answers. You want to know these answers. Let's fucking get these answers.
Who are you going to ask?
We're just going to keep looking. We've got some answers. We're not fully ready to come out with them yet. So that's coming up in a couple more shows. But this is just, I love that, Tawna, I just love that you found this. Granado thinks, that's what that tells me. Granado thinks that these bodies could have been or may have been moved back in. They were bleeding on the porch.
It's kind of an obvious thing, in my opinion. Like when he's saying it's like, well, how do we, 2 + 2 = 4? Okay.
Yes, dude. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Yes, I believe it too. Right. Exactly. That's what I see. I'm like, how did people not see this? Thank you, Ghost. You're a good man.
Just the wording of it got me. Like, why didn't he just say, well, Jay was outside and then went back in? It's like he said bodies.
He said bodies. Yes. Good catch, Laufenberg. Good catch. Yeah, fucking StreamYard. Fuck you. I'm fucking pissed off at that right now. I can't move this thing. I can't get to the fucking pictures, the media stuff I want to put up. I'm trying to put stuff up and I can't do it. So I'm just freaking mad.
I think it would almost be better if we just like talked and didn't even worry about it because it's giving so many problems.
I know.
It's like,
I just like these bitches, man. All right. So that was our main event, people. I'm just so happy. I think we're on something with this blood on the porch now. I know there's people that think, no, Brian, it wasn't that. They were screwed up. They fucking screwed everything up. They got the wrong information. They made clerical errors. In the coming weeks, we're going to argue against that. So that's why I'm telling you, I think we're on the right track. I think it was their blood on the front porch, without a doubt. Now
I know it was their blood on the front porch.
Especially since Granado thing. And people are going, oh, Granado. Well, don't you know he's suspect?
Well, I don't think that anybody's looking at, I mean, if you look at the porch, the amount of blood that's there, it's not, you can't track blood like that. I mean, unless you're walking out with like your jugular cut, you're not going to have that much blood there. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. That's what I say. All right. Here's where this started with me. Now, I don't know when George Simpson picked up on it, but he did do a good video. I give him credit. I always give credit where credit's due. Do I not? Tawna Laufenberg, would that be accurate that I give credit where credit due?
Yes.
I even gave Boner Van Tulski credit for that interview he did with Lynette Fromm. Did I not?
You did.
I give credit where credit's due. And I think George did a pretty damn good job with the video. I just don't agree with him. And in the coming weeks, whatever it shows, we're going to hopefully prove our point. So that's all I'm saying. That's why we're not going to get into it all right now, because we're not done, with what we're going to do, but we're done to this point where I'm like, look, Granado thinks that the fucking bodies were moved inside too. He believes that too. Right. So that's why I wanted to bring this out tonight.
Well, there's a lot of discrepancies in everything that they did. And so when they're talking about how there was an error or contamination or something like that, it's possible, but I guess it would just also depend on how you're going to define contaminated or
let me say this,
or whatever.
Blood degrading is not contamination.
Right.
I just want to put that out there real quick.
Yeah. And any of those samples that weren't tested within like a week or two, the subtype was no longer viable to be tested. So that's incompetence though. Yeah.
Yeah. We're taking it, Jerome, James, we're taking into consideration the tracking.
Oh, and there was definitely tracking.
Yeah. I'm saying
tracking. There's tracking.
I know. I'm letting them know when we are researching on this, like we're taking that into consideration. We know that. We know there was tracking, and we're giving for that too.
Well, and I also
just letting people know. That's like I agree with them. There was, Susan stepped in it, or somebody. There's a couple footprints, and isn't there not a couple footprints?
And apparently, all of the girls were barefoot that night.
Okay, so it could be any of them.
Yeah. And yeah, I can prove that. Well, see, I shouldn't say that. I can prove that there is testimony that all of the girls were in.
Well, that's good. That's good. Prove the testimony. That's what we need.
Because, that's the other thing is just because it's in the transcript, I'm not saying that makes it like true or gospel or anything like that, but it's like a starting off point.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you find what they're lying about, you learn just as much as what they're telling the truth about.
Yeah.
And now when we're doing, cross-trial comparisons, we got some big problems here.
That's my problem. That's why I'm so angry tonight. Aside from the StreamYard bullshit, I'm livid that these testimonies are contradictions between the two trials. And nobody, that's not a problem for anybody? Are you kidding me? Where does it? Tell me another case, please. Anybody. I want to know. I'm asking legit. Tell me another case where it's the same trial, but the testimonies, first of all, tell me another case with two different trials of the same case where the testimonies in each trial contradict each other. I would love to know where tell me another case like that. Because that's what we're looking at right here. That's what we're looking at right here. You've got the first trial, the Manson trial. That's why I tell people this is TLB 1 and TLB 2, right? Because that's what we got here. You got the Manson trial, then you got the Watson trial. but they're both the same case.
That's how I have them labeled, TLB1 and TLB2.
Same here, right? Exactly. And the prosecutor Bug, the Bugliosi, he had different strategy for each trial. You would think he would convict on both motives basically on each trial. No, he had a strategy for the first trial and a second strategy for the second trial.
That's not all that uncommon though. Up until recently, I think they called that like antagonistic prosecutions or defenses or something, where when you had the same crime but you were charging two different people for it and they had separate trials, it wasn't uncommon for the prosecutor to make it seem like one was the principal in one trial, and then in the trial against the other one, that one is with the principal offender. Well,
I get that, but Bug is actually almost switching motives.
And he's getting all of these witnesses to lie again.
Absolutely. And their lying is contradictory to the first trial. That's how come they're lying. But nobody ever brings that up on appeal. The appeals court doesn't look at that. They don't mention it. Like none of that. Like what the hell? All right. Thank you.
A lot of times, with the appeals court though, a lot of times they'll see something like that, but they'll say that it's not material to the crime. So it doesn't matter.
A cop-out. That's a freaking cop-out. But it might not be material to the crime, but it is to the trial. But what do I know? Hey, thank you.
I want to go back to Frykowski for a second.
The Force of Ravenshire says it's good to see you all back, Brian and Tawna.
Aw.
Thank you.
Thank you, Force. To be behind the mic again, isn't it? It
is fun. I'm having a good time.
As soon as we stop looking at the StreamYard, it gets so much easier.
All right, let's see what Boner's saying here. There would be footprints the maid that showed up went in through the back. Yep, because if she did, she would have seen the blood at the door and turned around. Probably.
I feel so bad for her.
Dude, I'll tell you, the first time I got close to that freaking car of Stephen Parent, I would have turned around. I know she didn't know. I would have noticed it. I know me. I would have noticed that. I'd have noticed the Stephen Parent thing. Would you?
Probably. Although no, maybe not. I mean, like if she's used to there being cars there, she might have just, been thinking about something else. Oh, there's just another car there. And, maybe they had people over and you just go right by it. It's not like his body was hanging out.
Dude, he was right there laid out in the freaking driver's, almost slumped over almost. Like, how could you not see him?
Yep.
It was daylight. It was morning break. I mean, I guess she was just like, what the hell's going on around here? I guess. I don't know.
She's turning the light off and going in the back.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not judging her. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying I probably would have seen the dead body and turned around and got the fuck out of there.
Now, she says that she used a key that was hidden by the back door.
Right.
Do you think he would have been there even when like Melcher lived there? That kind of thing? Or
no, that's a good point. I forgot. That is how she got the
because Tex Watson was very familiar with that. I mean, maybe he knew he could just get a key and
Barb, she passed to where Stephen was when she ran out. Are you saying she didn't pass Stephen when she went in up the driveway?
She could have thought he was asleep in his car or something.
I guess, man. I think I would have been like, whoa. I mean, you already are suspect, but just by walking up there, you're already like, why are the lines all cut down here? Why is us? What? This isn't look with the lights on still. It's a daylight. What the hell's going on here? And you look over and you see some guy slumped over in his car. I don't know. I would have turned around. Look, I'm a wuss like that. Like, right? Like I will drive a car at like 120 miles an hour and not give a flying rat's ass, right? Won't scare me one bit. I will take I will jump ramps on my bicycle or whatever. Like I'll do stuff like this, right? I'll do crazy, but I will not want to look at a dead body. If I walk up on a murder scene, I'm turning around. I'm running, like scared running. I'm not going to lie. That's me. I'm scared. You don't think those cops are scared when they walked up in there and tried to get in that open window? Oh, you better believe it. That's why it took them so long.
Well, there's another one that we've been talking about lately is why would the killers have to open the front window if there's already another window open?
Yeah. What was up with that? So Tex sends Linda around to the side of the house there, around to the back of the house to look for open windows. But right there is an open window. No screen on it, nothing. It's completely open. All you got to do is go in at that. And that is where the cops went in at. That's where they decided to go in at. So you got to wonder, why was Tex cutting the screen? Maybe he just thought, well, it's better. Here's what he thought, I think. I want to go in from this point of the house. I don't want to go in at that point of the house. I want to enter at this point where I can walk up in the living room. If I go in this way, I'm coming in through the nursery. Right?
I don't know.
Yes, one was already open, class. Well, answer yourself. Answer the question. Like, why would he pick that one? Or why would he go slice the open? Why would he cut the freaking curtain? Why would he cut the screen? Well,
I'm skeptical that it happened like that.
I know you are. I know. That's why I'm trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Look, the baby's room, I think, was in another position of the house that he didn't want to come in on. That's why he didn't go in that way. I think he chose this particular window because this is the angle that he wanted to come in the house at. Because that way he could get in the house, unlock the front door, and let the others in without the people in the living room even knowing. Because the living room, you know how that room runs off into the front, right? You can't quite tell until you get in, right? So well, Tex is coming in. Tex is coming in from the dining room area, right? You know what? We got the video. Should we do the video?
Yeah, do the video.
Let's walk through the video.
Well, okay, while you're getting that, I want to say something else about the window. Now, Winifred Chapman, she was very affected by this. So I'm trying to kind of go easy on her interpretation here. But in the grand jury testimony, they showed her a picture of what was marked at Exhibit 8 for the grand jury, which was a shot of the house straight on with the door and that window in it. She says that when she left the house that Friday, she left out of the front door and that screen was already off the window leaning against the house. But then she also says that was the window that goes into the nursery. And they try to argue with her well, maybe it's the wrong window. And she's like, no, I know that one was off. So I don't know what to do with that exactly. Part of me is like, okay, she says that the window's off and she saw it, but then it's like her brain broke, I think, a little bit when she saw, and understandably so, when she saw what she saw that day. I would never be the same. I would never want to see that.
Yeah, me either. I don't know where that was said.
She does say. She does say
I heard, though. I get it. I don't know, James. I've never heard Tex say that. I'd like to know where he said that at. I'd like to see the quote. Tex once said he and the girls walked right through the front door.
I've seen it, but I don't remember where I've seen it.
Did he say it? Did he say it in his trial? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Tex is dumb enough to go through. Hello, Hunter. Good to see you, my friend. Hunter Laney.
He may have. I'll write that down. I'll see if he does say that.
Hunter Laney, I'm going to tell you something right. I'm going to tell Hunter something right now.
Go ahead. Sorry. Is
that okay?
I don't know. Maybe.
You tell me.
Yes, you may answer.
Hunter, I got to tell you something right now, personally, dude. I'll try to edit this out of the main broadcast, but thank you, Hunter. Sincerely. You have no idea how much that book got me through this past spring. He knows what I'm talking about. Dude.
What book?
The book he bought me a long time. He got me a book a long time ago. Dr. Death. He's great. Slapped Stossel. Is that fake? It's a backhand slap. Overhand slap. Is that fake? He broke the guy's face almost. But anyway, Hunter, that book got me through a hard time this past spring. Thank you. I just want to tell him thank you because I don't see him much. The check cleared. Yeah, I paid him 50. I'm kidding. Anyway, let's move on. So let's watch this video. I'll tell you something, first of all. I know people have already seen this, but Laufenberg, this is a great video. Would you say it's a great video for putting us in the place, putting us in that place, putting us in that proper seeing a perspective of this that you'll never see anymore?
Yes.
Because it's all torn down. So here's a video that they made back when the 9 Inch Nails were doing the I guess Trent Reznor was in and his crew made this video because this is when they were in the house. I guess this is what, 92, 93 when that album came out? Something like that. Early 90s, mid 90s. Anyway, it's some of the best footage that we got of the house, I think, still intact. And almost, I mean, Tawna, it's almost identical to 25 years earlier of the original time when the murders happened.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this. Let's watch this.
It's so small.
Yeah. Let's watch this. There we go.
If you can get it to.
Yeah, we got it. How do we unmute this? Is there any volume?
It's just staticky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we can still stop it and look at it. So we don't really need any volume anyway. We can just look through it then.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's staticky? Is somebody talking on it?
No, it's just loud, like.
Oh yeah, I don't remember any. That's what I was wondering because I don't remember any talking. Okay, so good. But why can't we unmute it though? Still, I still like. What if we had a video?
Unmute it.
It won't let me. Do you not see what it's saying up there on the window? Oh wait. How did that happen?
Well, I just unmuted it.
Why did you get to unmute it, but it won't let me? Mute it again right now. Mute it.
Okay.
See, it won't let me. Do you see it says can't unmute guests because they choose to mute themselves? What is this? My God. All right. Good enough. Let's cut the static though. Fuck it. Let's mute it. Okay. All right. Let's watch it. I'm just StreamYard. We're done. We're done, buddy.
This is to the end and towards the end, but
what's towards the end?
The video.
What? I thought this thing ran for. Did this not run for a few? This is not the video we watched.
It is the video, but I stopped it before we. There you go.
Where is the beginning of the video? Right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry, people. I'm a boomer. I am officially a boomer. So you got to give me a pass, mother effers. Gotcha, Gil. Oh my God, this is great. All right, let's watch this. This is good stuff. Right. So you can see here, this is by the this is from the guest house almost point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. And there's the guest house, of course. Is this in the guest house? Where's this at? It looks like the guest house. Or was it the kitchen of the Cielo? Who knows? We'll find out. We'll see where it goes. I wish we had some type of music to hum to.
Nice. Saying, I remember you play the triangle really well.
What's that?
I said I remember you play the triangle really well.
I do play that triangle. Ding. Nice view. Nice. Oops. There we go. Nice view. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Good stuff. All right. Now where are we at here? Guest house?
Yep, that's the back of it.
Okay. Tawna, they want you to sing. Can you give us a bar or two? What's your sing us a verse?
No.
Come on. Give us a verse. All right. We might get, you know what? The fact that she paused for a minute, that little pause that Tawna just did, right? Like, dude, we had her almost. I thought she was going to break into a song. We almost had her. All right. Where's that? Guest house on the other side, right? That's the dog door right there that Bill talks about. Is that the dog run?
That's the dog run.
Did you know that the doors of the dog run was open that night?
I did.
It's a fact. Don't play the guitar, Brian. Dude, you're... What? Should never told me that, Giz. Like, that's what you guys are going to get tortured with now. All right, I'm kidding. I won't do it to you. Let's get back to the video. All right, so here we go. Dog run. Nice scenic. I mean, it is some pretty scenic view. I don't know if I'd want to live there still, but I will say it does look kind of scenic. It's weird to me being out in the East and seeing all these houses built on the side of a mountain. That is wild to me. Like right on the side of the mountain, they just put a house right there. And if you walk out too far, you go right over the edge. It's wild. All right, more of the guest house, it looks like here. That is the nicest guest house I've ever seen. Like some people, like houses aren't that big. Now, here we go. I like this view right here. Like this is literally coming out of the guest house. So does Stephen Parent come out this way?
That's where I imagine him coming from, yeah.
Read it, Tawna, and weep it. You know it.
Oh, the boat in the driveway.
We all know it, Tawna. All right. So I'm trying to figure if Garrettson is coming out this way. But not this way, of course. But that's a good point. Now, Abigail comes out that back door right there.
Yeah.
If you're looking straight on.
Well, we're assuming she does.
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, technically speaking, we don't know which way anybody went. We can have an educated idea, but I mean, we don't have a video of it, right?
Right. No, you got me. But I think we can use our critical thinking skills and probably deduce which door she went out. You got a fingerprint on the back French door of Pat, right?
That means Pat went out the back door.
Okay. Here we go. Now, I want to bring this up for everybody. And I want to get their opinion because this is something you brought up to me and we definitely disagree on.
You mean
whether
or not we know, you mean whether or not the judge should have recused himself after Manson jumped?
No. What the hell are you talking about, woman? I'm talking about the swimming pool. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to bring that up, though. You're right.
Yes.
Because that is bothering me.
We'll talk about that other thing, too, but
no.
I have a lot on there. I have a lot on that.
What? You want me to bring that up now, tonight?
No. When we do bring that up, I have a lot on that I can.
I know. I know. Yes. All right, so what are we looking at here? More of the... Okay, here we go. The main house.
So when Linda's looking in the windows, supposedly, this is what she's looking through. Right? When she's going around back looking for the windows and...
All right, so is it fair to say, though, that shrubbery would probably not be that high up in 69?
No, I think it's the same. Looks the same to me.
Really? So to look through those windows, they would have to go in that shrubbery and in behind that shrubbery to go up to the window. Obviously.
Well, I don't think that you would... Oh, wait, maybe... Well, you mean not the manicured, but the one behind that?
All of it. You got to go through the little bushes and then the big bushes behind it to get to the window.
I know the little bushes were there.
So right there, right there's kind of the little ones right there. I think. Hang on, just showed that right. Wait, right before the front door. Right there. Oops, went back. I'm not going to mess with it again. But anyway, there was the little bushes. So where is the nursery window? Where at? Which one is the nursery? This one right here to the far left of the screen here of the video. The second one. I wish I had my count. I wish it would let me put my. It won't let me put my mouse on there, will it? It won't let me show my mouse. So which window would be the
I think it would have to be further, like as we're looking at this, it would be further to the right, like around the other side of the house.
To the right, down on to the driveway.
Yeah, like around the back, sort of.
Okay, let's see if it does. Let's see if it goes around that way. I had some weird thing in my head that the open window was up to the left of this door, to the left. Oh, here we go. We're going to walk right through the front. All right, boom, stop. So right there. See, Tex wants to come in from the right. That's why I think he went through the window that he did. He wants to come in from the right. As you're looking at the screen right now, he wants to come in from the right so that they won't see him. So that they won't see him in the front room.
I think they would. I think he would still come in the same way. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if he came in through the other way, right, wouldn't they see him coming down like that? See, where is that other window? Is it the hallway? Is it near the hallway? Classic says far side of front. Diana says the nursery room was painted. Yes, right. That's cool, right? Yep. Or the top of the movies for the stag movie. Yeah, I think so. Probably. I think you might be right, Russell. But where was I'm trying to figure where this nursery thing was. Yes, Wojo, I think, was the only one in the front room. Now, they wouldn't know that unless they would somehow look through the windows ahead of time and are able to see him in there. But I don't know if they can or not. But they wouldn't know that he's in there until they got in. But for some reason, I think Tex picked this way to come in from the right. Because I think maybe he thought, again, I don't know. I'm totally guessing that he might have thought that he could not be seen as well or something. I don't know. He knew that. Just remember one thing. Watson knew that house. No question. He knew the layout of that house. And I dare say he knew it far better than Manson knew it.
I think that he would have been, if he would have gone in through the nursery, he still would have come from the same place.
Thank you, Doug. Doug says it looks like it's over on the far right. Okay.
Yeah. But also that would have been an empty room. It would have been so much easier to go in the empty room with the screen already off.
I agree, but what if the screen is in another position of the house where when you come in, so when you come out of that room, you're coming in front of the people of the house, right? You're not coming in from a side area. You know what I mean?
You're still on the side area.
Right. That's why I was asking where the nursery window was. It looks like it is on the side. Yes.
Yeah. So like it is even further to the right than
yes,
the one
right.
came in.
So now that I understand that, I am totally in agreement with you. Why would he not go in the open window?
Makes no sense.
Right. See, I didn't know that previously. I thought the freaking thing was on the other side of the house, the nursery. Okay, now where are we looking at here? Let me look at this.
So that's the living room, and it's so small.
Yeah, let me see this again. Thank you, Classic, by the way. Thank you. And Lonnie and Doug Derby. Thank you, guys. And Hunter. Thank you all. Diana, thank you. Yeah, no. See, Russell, that's the thing. Russell Cook thought the same thing. Like, that's what we're asking. Why would he not go through the nursery? That's where the cops came in.
Right.
So why? I mean, you're right. Why? But he didn't go through the nursery window, right? That's what we're asking. Like, why wouldn't he go through the nursery? He cut a whole new screen off, supposedly. Although Tawna just said that testimony shows the screen was already off the window. So I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know. Who knows? All right, here we go. Now, where is this?
The bedroom.
Abigail's?
I can't tell.
Look at that window. See if I can tell where it's at on the front yard even.
Oh, when I looked, it looks like back then the second layer of bushes was a lot lower.
Okay. I would think so too. Because you're talking like 90, I don't know, 90. When was Resner up here? 94 or something? 93, 94. So you're talking 25 years or so. That looks like Abigail. Anybody have a guess on this one?
Master bedroom?
I don't know. I can't. It looks like Abigail's actually.
Does it have a door to the outside?
Wait a minute. No, maybe I'm going down the hallway. Let me see this again. Yeah, maybe you're right. Because there's a bedroom. There's a bedroom to the side there. I just saw. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
This thing doesn't stop for shit. When I hit pause, it keeps playing for a minute. So is this the master bedroom? Where are the doors? This ain't the master. No way. Is that the doors right there? It is. That's the master bedroom. Holy shit. Dude. How small is that?
I didn't realize how close the two bedrooms were. Was there another bedroom?
Wow. Wait, I got to go back on that for a minute. Hey, that's exactly right, Boner. Why would he be sleeping on the couch? Because you're right. He's waiting for somebody. That's why Jay, and remember this, he's sleeping on the couch with his shoes on. So he dozed off and he's still dressed. And Jay is sitting in the back with Sharon because I think, personally, in my opinion, I think because Wojtek fell asleep on Jay while they were waiting for Rostow. Wojtek fell asleep.
Now they're waiting for Rostow? For sure.
Who the hell do you think they're waiting for then?
Easter Bunny?
So they're waiting for Rostow and he falls asleep on Jay. Jay picks up his Heineken and he goes in the back and he starts talking to Sharon until he hears voices out there, which is obviously the murder party. You don't think he was talking to, what do you think? You don't think they were waiting for Rostow, Laufenberg?
I think it's likely they were waiting for Rostow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Gail. I knew it was somewhere around there.
I didn't think you did, though.
You're kidding. Well, Russell, that's part of the story too, that they had some of the drugs, but they didn't have all the drugs or the type, Rostow forgot to bring some of the stuff they wanted up, like, what was the LSD or something, supposedly. And that's why he supposedly said, I'll be back. I'll be back. You're right. They had already had supposedly the MDMA and the coke, I guess, but where was that? Where's that at? Where did that go? I'm with you, Russell. I'm with you, man. All right. So this is actually.
So you're saying, though, that Tex took that with him, right?
I don't know. I'm asking. I'm literally asking the people here what they think. I don't know. Don't know anything. I just started this thing yesterday.
But they had to have taken the drugs with them.
Dude, I can't believe this is the master bedroom. I thought this thing was much bigger. Wow. So there's the doors. Abigail comes flying back here, maybe. And goes out the back. Okay. So where is this monstrosity at? This soundboard? Is that where the couch and the chair and everything? Like, where's the freaking fireplace and stuff?
Yeah, it's behind the board. You can not that way, but the other direction, right?
Okay. Thank you. Obviously, here's the kitchen. I wonder if Sharon and them would love to have the microwave back then.
Oh yeah, they didn't have that yet, did they?
So I guess this is kind of like the way that, is this the way Winnie comes in? Winifred Chapman?
I think so, yeah.
She's coming in back here. So now Tex is coming in to the left here, right? Right to our left, right? That's where he comes in.
Yes.
So right here to the left where that white, I guess, what is that, white curtain? Or I don't even know if that's curtain, whatever it is. Right to the left here is where Watson comes in at, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes in and walks toward that guy right there that's at the door, and he opens the door and lets the others in. Right?
Yeah, but don't you think that, I mean, that window is so close to where Frykowski is that if you're screwing around with the window, getting it out of there from the outside, you're going to make a lot of noise. Because think about it, all those little pins that hold the screen in place, they are made to go from you do it from the inside, not from the outside.
But so you think there's going to be noise made enough to what? Wake up Wojtek?
Yeah.
Because nobody in the back's going to hear that, right?
Right. But I think Frykowski would.
Wow. From right here in this position, right here, from where that window is.
Look, it's got to be what, 20 feet?
I don't know. Let me run the video. See what they do here in the video. I don't know. I don't know how far that would be. Of course, he's going to go the other direction. It's got in the video. Look, there's Eddie Van Halen. Oh, wait. That didn't land well, did it?
No.
How about that bathroom? I didn't know that. That's cool. Is that the bathroom they found the blood and stuff in probably? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. So there's the fireplace. Okay. Yeah, turn the camera. Come on, let me see. I want to see this view. Turn the camera. Thank you. A little more. You fucker. I mean, this guy actually thinks we want to see the equipment.
Because they take such nice care of it, right?
I know, right? Look at this shit trash. Like it's strewn all over the floor. Like, look at our equipment, man. Like, shut up, dude. Nobody wants to see this. We don't want to see that. We want to see the freaking house, you idiot. This guy's showing us. Look at this guy. He's not even stopping to show us either. He's just rolling up there. What is that? Jesus? Picture of Jesus up there. It's a picture of Charlie. There's Charlie.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's Christ. Thank you, Giz. There we go. At the back of the house where the washer and dryer. Okay, cool. I'll have to look for that next time. Whoops, 33. By the way, Gil's running our F meter. That's a good number right there. 33. That's good for me. How many times I say the F bomb, which I'm trying to cut out, by the way. I am trying to clean it up a little bit, but
when you just look at like the spaces that we're talking about, it seems so narrow for all of.
Yes, I think that's what's surprising me the most here, Tawna, is that the smallness, the narrowness of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess we're going back again. We started all over now.
Well, let me ask you this. When you look at that, and when you started the video before, and you were saying, okay, if he left here, do you think that he could have mistakenly come up in the yard right there? I mean, it's very confusing in the dark, I would bet.
Hang on, where are you looking at? What are you talking about?
Well, you're looking at it the opposite that you were looking at it in the beginning.
Right here. Whoops.
Yeah, when you were.
Right in here.
No, way back when you were at the guest house.
Oh, okay. Right here.
Like if he's only been there like one time, I wouldn't be surprised if he accidentally went up into the yard rather than that narrow path. Just all those hedges seem to be kind of, like.
Yeah.
In the dark.
Well, that's another thing you got to think about. They did all this in the dark, like you said. So let me ask this. And anybody feel good to chime in here? Feel free. What time? Do we know what time they left Spawn that night? I've heard or read that it was around dusk. 7, 8. What time did they actually leave, I wonder? Because if they left at like 8 o'clock, 8:30, even 9 o'clock, even, and the murders didn't happen till after midnight, what were they doing? Where did they go? Now, Watson says in his book he missed a turnoff, but that wouldn't have put him back. I mean, that would have put him back a few minutes, but not hours, right? Classic says 7. Okay. I thought that too. I thought around 7, maybe 8. But if the murders didn't happen till after midnight, then that's like 4 hours that it took them to get there. What were they doing? It's only a 30-minute drive. What do you think, Laufenberg?
I've heard lots of different theories on that. Different people they could have visited. Stuff like that.
Glenn Peretzman says they picked up Bill Garrett and hitchhiking. I can almost laugh at that. Oh. Maybe
Well,
looking for other.
this goes to the time of death, right? Is that what you're kind of getting at?
What?
The time of death?
Yeah, because I was going to bring something else up, but maybe we should hold off on that.
No, I think we should go with that.
Okay. So what I'm getting at is that the time of death for most of the victims, or all of the victims except for one, fits. And I say that because if you look at, can I bring this? I guess I can get into this. If you look at Wojtek Frykowski's liver temperature, it doesn't fit the time of death of the official narrative.
Same with his state of rigor.
The rigor mortis.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. Thank you.
Noguchi puts his time of death as possibly as early as 8:45 on the 8th.
And his is the only body, right? His is the only victim body that doesn't add up to the temperature that it should be like the others do, right?
Right.
Classic says hot night. I brought that up too. It's one of the first things I said. Well,
Karen and Abigail should have been on the lawn at the same time.
Yes, right. And that's what I said too, Classic. But then just like Tawna just said, repeat that, Tawna, because I was talking over you.
Oh, that all of them, I mean, they all were supposedly dead at the same time, roughly.
Right. So why weren't the other ones affected by the heat of the night?
Right. And all of them fought and ran.
What time did the clock radio say? The clock radio said 12:15, didn't it? Or did it say midnight? I thought it said 12. What, let's say midnight, didn't it?
Well, what does that say? That doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean, wait, what is it? What would that, because like when you plug it in, doesn't it go default to midnight? Like when you first plug it in? Or can
but it's one of those ones that has those little flippy tile thingies.
Can you, right? So I'm asking, when you plug it in, does it stay where the last little flippy tile thing was, or can you set it? Like, I don't know how this thing works, this clock radio. I had one. We had one. Everybody had one.
I think it shifted on its own after they collected it, even.
It was a kind of digital, like where, you remember like the numbers would flip. It had like these little catches inside that would hold the little white tiles, but it would flip every minute. It wasn't digital. Yeah, obviously it wasn't digital in the terms of what we have today, but the clock radio we had back then, it was a digital, like where the little digits would flip, like they would literally flip.
Like they had like a little plastic thing that would turn at the end of every minute. Yeah.
I wish I had a picture of one. I'd put it up, but yeah. Yeah, if it got shook, it would change. Yeah, you could shake the things even. Okay. There's no setup time on analog, just whatever time you unplug it. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I was asking, Hunter. Thank you. So did it say 12:15? Why do I not remember that? I don't know. Somebody out there probably does.
I think you made the point too that if it just came out of the box, wouldn't its default setting be midnight or 12?
Yeah, see, I think that thing was pretty new. I think parents stole the clock from where he worked, because that's what it says on there's a little notation next to the property report. And it's got the notation is where the clock came from. It's got the company, it's got the shop that Stephen Parent worked at. Thank you. Hunter says it was 12:15. Okay, so the clock says 12:15. So Hunter, basically, you're saying that it was unplugged at 12:15. He unplugs it and he comes out to the car and he gets killed. So 12:15 is the time that all this probably went down, is what he would say that the evidence shows. So why does Frykowski's body not show that?
See, that's where we could get into a possible error or incorrect timing, or some sort of a problem like that coming in with specifically Frykowski,
because it's only his body,
right?
Yeah, But it seems like they went through the painstaking process to find that there was an issue with his body. And then somewhat I don't know that they corrected it or not, but you know what I'm talking about, because they actually wrote down on the autopsy report, I think they dated it 12/3 or something.
Yeah, there's some weirdness there. Yeah,
because if it's dated 12/3, that's obviously December the 3rd. That would be what, four months after
the grand jury testimony, or 2 days.
Well, not only that, like, how many autopsies are done 4 months after the death?
No, it would be like, they leave certain things that are pending, like toxicology and.
Gotcha. Okay. So the autopsy report could be done and completed, but they're going to wait until the toxicology report comes back or something.
But he's the only one where they've done that with that date on it. So.
Right.
That's where I'm saying, like, there is some room there for possibly there to be some error of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Yes. I would agree. Okay. Man, do you see all of these inconsistencies, these discrepancies that we are faced with?
Mm-hmm. Or look at Rudy Weber. He can't even identify the car in either trial.
That's a good point. Classic made a good point. What about this one? Maybe they had traffic. It took an hour and a half to get there. Is that possible? I don't live out there. I don't live anywhere out there. I don't know. So I'm asking, is it possible that traffic on a Friday night at 7, 8 o'clock could have put them back an hour? On top of Tex missing the turnoff?
I don't know. That's a stretch.
You live there. You live out there.
I've driven it.
And that's Gil lives out there. Gil lives in LA. He's out there with you. All right. Classic is going to stick by it. She's going to double down. Classic. And I don't know. Classic. Classic might not even be a she. I'm sorry, Classic. I didn't want to misgender. I don't know what Classic. I can't tell male, female, doesn't matter. Classic is going to double down. Going to Hollywood. Yes. From the Valley. There could be traffic. Gil was like, I don't know about that. And Tawna says, yeah, maybe not. And I think Jerome is even like, yeah, maybe. Or an accident. That could be. But I don't have any report of an accident. Tex says that he missed a turn that set him back some time. But I don't think it would be enough, like an hour. But maybe. I don't know. I don't live out there, so I don't know. If you miss a turn here in Roanoke, that's going to set you back like 2 minutes. Okay. If you miss a turn off the highway in LA, it probably will set you back an hour. I don't know.
Not really in that area, though.
All right, Robin Owens, hello to you. Thank you for coming in. In 1969, there shouldn't be any traffic because there's nothing going on really, and everybody's in bed by 12. So, okay, Friday night, you got to drive from the ranch up to Cielo. No traffic, light traffic, nothing going on at the clubs, nothing. I mean, I don't know. I'm totally asking.
The whiskey and stuff on Sunset.
That's what Classic says. The strip was hot back then. I mean, you got Bill. Bill's walking down there that night. He's walking back. He went to get some cigarettes or whatever he said. He's walking back up. So
see, but you really like. Okay, so I.
My question is. Wait. My question though is this: traffic or not? Even if there was traffic, would it be enough that if they left the ranch at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, hell, even 9 o'clock, and then didn't get to Cielo for 3 hours later? That would be a lot of traffic, in my opinion, to back you up for 3 hours. Because the murders didn't get down to 12:15, according to the official narrative, fine, whatever. But if that happened, if those murders went down at 12:15 and they left at 8, 9 o'clock even, I'll say 9, they even left that. I mean, they had to have left by 9, I would imagine. I'm thinking, I can't imagine it didn't. But let's say 9, 9:30, they still should have gotten there way earlier. So what the hell did they do? There you go. Doug Derby's got a good suggestion. They made some stops along the way. Could they have picked up Massaro? Could they? But see, the girls would have said something.
Well, now we're getting into why are they all going with the prosecution story?
Now we're going back to why do they? Thank you. Yes. Now we're back
something
around
about that story that they don't want the real story that they're,
Now we're getting back around to that. Yes. Why are they agreeing with the official narrative? If all of that happened, if they stopped on the way and they picked somebody up, or they delivered drugs, they picked some drugs up, or they got some money, whatever they did, why is that not part of their story? I have never seen a case ever. Have I seen a case where the guilty agree with the prosecutor? I'm not talking about the evidence. Okay, a lot of people that are guilty, they will concede that the prosecution has the evidence. Yes. Very few times have I seen a case where the guilty will agree with the prosecution on the narrative, as in this is the way it actually happened. Very few times. In fact, I don't know of another time. So to say very few is even stretching it, because I don't know of another time where they agree with the prosecutor on the actual what happened.
like
Do you?
the story, the ins and outs of every little detail of the story.
Yes. Yeah. Do you?
No.
Yeah, me either. Oh man.
Isn't that one of the things, like in law enforcement, when they separate people and they ask the story, if the story is too much the same, they know that somebody's lying?
Yeah.
Because they're all going to see something from a different point of view.
Yeah. That's why they separate them. Yep.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Let me see if I got anything else to go over here before we get out for the night. Hey, I mean, look, it was a tough start for us tonight because it's freaking StreamYard shit. But I'm so glad we did it. I'm so glad we did this. This is great. Granado thinks the bodies might have been moved. I think the bodies were moved. I think that's Jay's blood on the front porch.
We know it's Jay's body, or his blood. It's just a matter of how did he get there.
That's right. And I respect what they did. I like that they bring it out. Look, I want challenged. I don't want people to actually necessarily agree with me, to be agreeing with me.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to see the same thing and believe the same thing. And I want to be challenged. I don't mind being challenged. I don't. So I appreciate the Stimson video. I appreciate George taking time to try to debunk this or show why there's blood or not blood. I appreciate that, because that motivates me to go back and look into it and back my point up now. So that's the way it should be done. So I wish everybody would get in that kind of a mindset, but I'm glad, better late than never, George.
I mean, but I was kind of like, I thought it was a stretch to bring in all the statistical data about Poland and blood types. Like, I kind of thought that was misleading.
Yeah. Well, I think we should do an actual video or a show about that, actually, more so in depth. But I'm just saying, I wanted to mention that and give a little bit of due credit where credit's due,
and the fact that how he put the video together was really,
I don't
like the way he presented everything. I thought it was great.
Yep. I actually had a little bit of respect there for the guy. Not that he cares, but yeah.
Oh, come on now.
No, I'm just being serious. I doubt he gives a, why would he? I wouldn't give a shit. Why would he?
Yeah.
I don't blame him. All right, let me get this off of here, and we'll put it back up our background here, and we'll go back down here. And okay, I wanted to bring this up because this is where the whole thing came from. So this is an old post in our group. Oh wait, I got the wrong one. God bless it. Oh no, I didn't. I can't see the whole thing. Why do they do this? So here's the picture. Here's the screenshot. But they won't let me like, you can't see the whole screenshot. Do we have to put this in another? Let me try it another way. God damn it. Let me try down here. This is where it all started from. Like George said, like this started with Billy Rizzo a couple of years ago. Like George isn't the first one to say this. Here it is. I got it right here. Okay. So in our Facebook group, well, by the way, let me say this about the Facebook group, by the way. Tawna, can I say this real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. We have got over 100 people right now that want to get in our Facebook group. And the reason why I have not let people in is because, quite frankly, I have not been tuned into the Facebook group in many months. So I go back this time to start promoting the show. And I'm like, oh my God, where are all these people coming from that want to get it? I had no idea these people, like we had this many backed up. So, and it goes on for like a couple, like there's some people like, apparently I didn't pay attention. This stuff has been going on for like a couple months, a few months back. Like these people, like 6 months ago, they tried to get in and I never did. I guess I just never looked at it. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell people is this. I'm going to flush it all. I'm flushing all the requests. If you want to get in, because I think we're going to try to get the group going again. We're going to try to keep update with the group or keep the group updated. If you want to get in again or try to get in, and I don't blame you if you don't, fuck me. I wouldn't want to get in either. Like it takes me a year to get you in. Why would you want to get in at that point? Right. But if you still want to get in, I'm flushing all of the requests and you're going to have to start over. So that's how we're going to do it. Anyway, with that being said, this is from our Facebook group, Billy Rizzo. Hello, Billy. Good to see you. Billy has a theory that no one to his knowledge has ever said. That's why I don't know where it came from. I'm saying Billy came up with all this first. This is the first time I ever seen it. Back when he posted it a couple of years ago. That's how old this is. And you can see Ann underneath that I remember Ann replied to it 3 days ago, but that's because she was looking for this. Ann is trying to make our point and make a point in our group. Ann, this Ann right here, Tawna, she's trying to disprove me in my own yard. I like that. So anyway, she is using Billy's old post here to prove her point. And Billy Rizzo says, I have a theory. No one to my knowledge has ever said. We all know that the LAPD totally fucked up when securing the crime scene at Cielo and didn't even take blood samples in certain areas and contaminated the crime scene. Now, that's the premise that he's saying. Let's pick that apart right there. The LAPD totally fucked up the crime scene at Cielo.
They did, without a doubt.
Go ahead. How? He kicked the gun grip.
They walked back and forth, tracking shit everywhere. They moved the glasses, right?
Okay.
I mean, just the whole scene was never sealed off. That's the first thing. I mean, who knows what was really that, like
Okay.
the discrepancies, like with the piece of the gun grip. That's the only thing that we know about.
Right.
So
you might have a point there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's also, you remember the mislabeling of the street names?
Yeah. Yep.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. So, Billy, you have a point there. We'll give you that one. That's a good point. Totally fucked up securing the crime scene. So he's right about that. Didn't even take blood samples in certain areas. That's true too.
Yep.
Now, I think I'm okay with that because I'm not okay with it like that. I mean, I'm okay with it as in I understand. Because if you've got a body laying here, obviously, where the bodies were, and the blood that is around the body, I could see where the detective would assume that blood is from that victim. Now, one might argue, you're right, Brian, in a normal murder case, if it was like one murder, but you have multiple murders here, blood all over the place, you'd want to get all of it. You'd want to type all as much as you can, right?
You also have the perpetrators that could be leaving their blood at the scene too.
Right. So you got the perpetrators even. That's a good point. So Billy makes a good point there. And contaminated the crime scene. Now, what does contaminated mean? To me, if you, how should I say it? I mean, so if you do something to the blood or the evidence that changes it, maybe that would be contamination. If you didn't subtype something in a certain amount of time and the blood degraded, I don't know that that's contamination.
Well, would it be like, did you walk through it and your shoe brought blood type A over on a blood type O, and then when the person collected it, they didn't know that you had stepped through it, so they have a mismatch? That would be contamination. Did they do it at the lab? Is there some sort of contamination? Or if they took it, there's many different little spaces or ways to say some things,
Okay. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. That's fine.
But he's not identifying how exactly, like, what he's actually saying happened.
Oh, and that's why I'm bringing that out. I want to know exactly what he means by contaminated. What's the definition there? Because to me, like I said, degraded blood, and that's not really contamination. And you're still going to get a basic, you're still going to get the subtype. I mean, you're still going to get the type. You might not get the subtype, but you get the type.
See, that would be like incompetence.
Okay.
Right? Like if you didn't test a sample, run the sample fast enough and it degraded, then that would be like incompetence.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm with you. I can see that. Yeah. How about the possibility that after they took the samples back to the headquarters and they mixed up either the blood samples itself or the paperwork? So I'm going to say that that's okay, or some kind of a clerical error, he says. The problem I have with that, and so far I'm with Billy. I'm with Billy Rizzo here. I can see his points. They're valid points. Let's chase those down and let's see what they are. Yay or nay. So I'm with him on these points, but the possibility that after they took the samples back to the headquarters, they mixed up either the blood samples or itself or the paperwork. I don't know where he's got, like, to me, he's got to have some type of a foundation to believe that. And I know that George Stimson in his video now, because remember, Billy is writing this years before Stimson made that video a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. So when Stimson says, I'm sorry, when Billy Rizzo says, how about the possibility that they took the samples back and mixed them up? Why would he think that? Why does, like, what is making Billy think that? What's the foundation for Billy to think that? Because you could almost ask that question in any murder case. You can ask the same question. You can imply the same point. So what foundation? What is making Billy Rizzo believe that they were so incompetent that they must have, or possibly, that they possibly messed up the samples back at the headquarters and or did bad clerical work? I'm not going with that. Okay. That's too far for me.
For me, I think it would be depending on which victim you're talking about and how it was handled. Because I know that in Sharon's autopsy, there's a individual testing of her blood type that's in there, and Abigail's also. So I think that to say that there was a mistake with her blood type, I don't see that, because they officially, it's like part of the record. They know what blood type it was.
Yeah.
And I don't see any reason to question that.
Yes, exactly.
But when you have, where now, like with Frykowski, I don't have that paper stating that they did the blood type testing on it. It's not in his file. At least not the one that I've seen. So then I'm thinking, well, maybe you have, with all of these other little discrepancies with Frykowski, I could see that maybe there is something there. But to just make a blanket statement that it was just, like, he's going too broad for me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's what I got a problem with. He's going too broad. It's too broad. Yes. But that's really the only thing I have a problem with. Looking at his post here, I don't really have a problem with anything else he's saying. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying it's compelling me to look into it more. I want to look into it more now. And that's what we've been doing. So that's why I say we're going to do another show where we get much more involved into this, but there's other things we are going to also explore with it that kind of ties in with the whole blood thing and the incompetence anyway. But we're not quite ready to do that yet. But I do want to at least take the curtain back on some of it. And this is what part of it is. And I don't have a problem with this. These are good questions and these are good points to be making. And it again, it compels me to want to run them down and see how much water they actually hold.
Yeah,
and that's why I say,
something
that's
wrong
why I say,
here.
well, no, that's why I say that I appreciate what Stimson did. What'd you say?
I said that, well, I mean, it's obvious that there's something very wrong here in the case.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
like everybody trying to figure out which direction is.
My God, that's what I'm happy about for once.
Yes.
Everybody's trying to figure out what the fuck this is about. Instead of wearing t-shirts and hats and, look what I found today. I bought some mints and stuff. Yay, let's go have a festival. Yay, right? Instead of that bullshit, I'm glad to see that some of them are trying to get to the bottom of this like we are. That's what I'm trying to say. Look at that.
I think most of us know, and we just whether we've read it or just feel it from everything, we like there's a problem.
I think we ought to let Tex out.
Yeah, good luck with that one there. You're on your own.
Free Tex Watson. No,
You're going to end on free Tex Watson? Is that
No,
what you're going to do? You're going to end on free Tex Watson?
I'm just so upset that they gave that bitch a recommendation.
Why?
You know why. You know what else I'm going to talk about down the road? Let me ask somebody. Can I ask this about the Harold True Kasabian?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You notice I have to ask Tawna what I can talk about.
Come on.
Well, there's a reason for that. Because I don't want to. You're doing all of our work. I don't want to blow your stuff, but so I have to ask you what we're doing or what I can talk about. Anyway, so let me ask you people this, you TLBers out there. The rest of you, I don't care about. 37 is our. I've uttered 37 F-bombs tonight. By the way,
not bad.
It's not bad at all. That's got to be a record. Thank you, Gil. Keeping up with my F-bombs. Robin Owens says they mixed up the blood samples on purpose. Thomas Noguchi at the corner to Hollywood, so maybe they were using that. Who knows? I'm not going to argue that because anything's possible. It seems like in this case right now.
Well, that's the direction we're going to be looking at this week to get some further clarity.
Yeah, dude, we've got much more on this. So believe me, we're going to do another program on this at some point. We've got much more about it. We're just getting to it. We're just scratching the surface.
Yeah, I know who handled the samples and all that. So we'll get into that.
Yeah, that's a good question, by the way, Boo. Did they have a roster of who entered next? I don't know.
Well, I know the investigators from the Tate scene that the day after all of this, they got everybody that had been on the scene together and tried to recreate everything to its original state. It's just sad that they had to do that.
Ghost, I'm just going to assume that when she fought, that she, they turned her over or she rolled over or whatever, and they just stabbed her. And then she went on down on the slump down to the floor. Let him move to Roanoke. I'll room with him.
Actually, that's the stab wounds to the back, though. Think about that. I'm not sure what to make of that.
You don't know?
That might have been, there's that blood spray at the doorway. She might have gotten clipped in the back there.
She might have got clipped there at the back.
Yeah.
There's that blood spray at the doorway. Good point. Are they going to say that's not her blood, too?
Well, I don't know. They might.
That's right. That's right, Boo. She was. I believe it too. So let me ask you this then, people. Tawna has found something recent that says basically, am I right here, Tawna? Why don't you tell what you found?
That when Harold True got back from his trip to Ethiopia, the Peace Corps, I think it was.
Yep.
and it would have been June and July of 1969, he saw Linda Kasabian down in Topanga Canyon. And
So
I'm
they were,
thinking,
was this like one off, or did they hook up a couple times? What's going on here with this?
I have two different versions. One says at least once, one says 3 or 4 times.
Where are you getting this information, if I can ask?
Transcripts.
So you got 2 different versions in the transcripts. Can I assume that this is, again, you got one version in one trial and the other from another trial?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. So we got more trial contradiction between the 2 trials. Okay.
Well,
What
and
do
then
you
with
got?
Harold True, he also says in the first trial, he says that he never met Tex and didn't know him. But in the second trial, he says that Manson introduced him to him once. So
Damn. See,
there's
what do
just
you do with
some weirdness.
What do you do with that? I know. What do you do with that? But you've also got this now. What we're talking about is we've got testimony where, is this Linda talking, by the way, or is this Harold?
Harold.
Harold says Harold says that he and Linda were meeting up in July of 69. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, and that raises the question, did Linda know that Harold Drew had moved by the night of the LaBianca murder?
So that's the question to everybody out there. If this is true, if this is actually true, and Linda and Harold True were still meeting up in July of 1969, which is before the LaBianca murders, as you know, about a month or so, or weeks or whatever. If they were meeting up in July, would that stand to reason that Linda did not know? I'm sorry, that Linda did know? Would it stand to reason that Linda did know that Harold True did not live there anymore by the time of the murders that night? Because, folks, part of my whole theory of the LaBianca night rides on the fact that there was an argument in the car between Charlie and Linda that night as they were riding around the LaBianca night. They were riding around, and toward the end, they were in an argument, a verbal argument in the car. That is in the transcripts, that there was an argument in the car between Charlie and Linda. I always thought that argument was over going to Harold True's house that night. I always thought that the argument was over, let's go to Harold, I want to get some drugs. And Manson was trying to tell her, no, Harold doesn't live there anymore. And I always thought the argument was, yeah, he does. Let's go over there. And that's why they ended up on Waverly. And when they got over there and they found out that Manson was right and that Harold True didn't live there anymore, that's when Charlie said, you know what? Before we leave, let's hit that house right there, because I know that house. I used to go in that house when it was empty. And now it looks like somebody lives there. So let's just hit that house real quick and try to get some credit cards or some fucking gold watches or some fucking something. And let's get out of here. And that's why I think that they went and did the LaBianca house. Now, if in fact, though, that Linda already knew that Harold True had moved out, well, then that washes away all of my theory, because then that means there was no argument about, let's go over to Harold True's house and no, he doesn't live there anymore. So that wipes out my absolute theory about the LaBianca murders. So that is all based on if Harold and Linda were actually hooking up or meeting up in July. And then if they were, what is the likelihood that Harold told Linda, I don't live there anymore, on Waverly? There. What do y'all think? Does that pretty much cover everything, Tawna? Did I get all that out pretty to where they can understand it?
Yeah, but there's also some question in even believing what Harold True is saying, because remember, Linda stole money from Charles Melton, and he was in Topanga Canyon. So what is the likelihood that she's going to be hanging out down there that much to begin with? So the whole thing is kind of suspect, either in every direction.
Yeah, we know that. We know Linda knew Harold, James. God damn.
In 68.
Oh,
over there.
we know that. We're asking, did she know Harold? Did they meet up in July of 69? Did they meet up then? And then did Harold tell her, oh,
hey, I just got back from Ethiopia. I don't live there anymore. Yeah,
I just got back from Ethiopia. I don't live there anymore. Because if that did happen, you understand. That means there was no argument that night that they were driving around. There was no argument about, right? There was no argument about.
And then you'd have to rethink that theory.
Yes, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah, Linda was a compulsive liar. Look, let's be honest. Every freaking one of these people were compulsive liars. Every freaking one of them. So,
just because it's in a transcript, that does not mean that that's a honest statement in the transcript.
Yeah. Let me address Russell here too. Russell, thanks, by the way, for your questions tonight. Rosemary wasn't the world's biggest LSD. No. I'm going to say no to that. That's Nick Shrek bullshit right there. I mean, if you want to give me a reason why you think Rosemary was a drug dealer, I'll listen. And if you can convince me, I'll believe it. But there is no way right now you're going to convince me that Rosemary was a drug dealer. That is unproven Nick Shrek bullshit right there. And I'm going to tell you what, if you're watching Nick Shrek, you are going down the wrong road. Nick Shrek is a freaking moron when it comes to this shit. I've never seen somebody. I used to think the same thing. I was like, oh, Nick Shrek knows this. No, Nick Shrek doesn't know jack shit. That's why you get a lot of no sources with Nick Shrek. You get no sources with him.
I wish his theories were sourced, because then it would make things so much easier. I would love it if Rosemary could be proven to be a drug dealer. It would make things make so much more sense.
I see no, and neither does Nick. Nick doesn't have any evidence of this. Nick is he's a fake, man. He's a phony. I mean, it took me a while to see it, but boy, I found out this, I quickly separated myself. No, he's a douchebag. And stuff he says about the victims.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yeah. But no, I do not think that this guy, that she was a drug dealer. There's no freaking way. There's no evidence whatsoever to even suggest that.
She was pretty savvy, though.
Oh yeah, she was a street girl, but street smart. But she wasn't. I don't see. Come on, a LSD drug dealer. And let me ask you this: Joel Rostow, he was putting the drugs out for the mob. He wasn't a made man, but he was working for the mob. Are you going to tell me Rosemary LaBianca, the drug dealer, she's a supplier for the mob? Oh, fuck, man. Shut up. Just shut up. Delete your account. Delete your account.
Well, Rosemary was pretty shaken up hearing about the Tate murder. Maybe she knew something.
Oh, how do you know she was?
Because
the guy said so from the newsstand.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
You never know.
Dude, if I read about murders too, I'd be shaken up. I know what you're saying, though. I know. I'm messing with you. I know what you mean, because he said he was especially shaken up. I got you. I know what you're saying.
Like, he gave them a free insert from the paper that hadn't even come out yet, because
I know.
he was that shaken up by it.
I know. I get you. That that does not show one iota that she was a drug dealer, though.
It's one of the witnesses that's actually consistent in both trials. So
yeah, no, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying she probably was shaken up, but that does not show that she was a drug dealer. That's my point.
Well, the way that she.
Oh my God! You think that does, don't you? You think that does show that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What?
Well, you were hesitant there.
I want to know exactly what you're accusing me of first, because you got that tone in your voice.
You were hesitant, so I'm asking you, do you think she was a drug dealer?
No, I don't think she was a drug dealer.
Do you think that the description that Forquianos gave is evidence that can be used that she is a drug dealer?
No.
Okay, then we're good.
But I do think that the way she handled those killers, I don't know. She's pretty tough.
She's tough. She is tough. I've said this before. Jarius. Hello, Jarius. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. I've said this before, but I've always been convinced that it was Jay who cried out, "No, no, please. Oh, no, God, no." Instead of Parent, I guess he's saying, instead of Stephen Parent. Have you saw his beloved Sharon getting stabbed on the front porch after having saw his beloved Sharon getting stabbed on the front porch? Dude, I don't have a problem with that. Do you? Laufenberg?
No, but isn't it funny how every victim says just about the exact same thing?
They do. LaBianca said the same thing, supposedly.
I'm already dead.
Yeah, text says LaBianca said that. I'm already dead. I think that's Bug putting that shit in there. I don't know, like Forest of Ravenshire. That's cool, man, but like, I get you, it's from Alice, but like, you're gonna have to show me some, like, and even money laundering, that's not drug dealing. Like, I mean, I want to see some drug dealing proof that she was selling drugs and a drug supplier for the mob for Joe Rostow, because that's what Nicholas shitbag Shrek says.
Well, I think that when they investigated Lino LaBianca so extensively, I mean, they had trials against his partners that were involved in the embezzlement. And I think that if she would have been a drug dealer, that they would have uncovered that, because they were into that so extensively.
I agree 100%. Yeah, I just don't see it, man. You're gonna have to show me something. Show me something besides Nicholas shit Shrek that says, yeah, he's a drug dealer. She's going to supply Joe Rostow. There's no way. Joe Rostow went down the hill to get more drugs from Rosemary, who he supposedly knew was out of town.
So do you believe that he went up there at all? Because he told the police that he didn't.
No, he told his girlfriend he did.
He was just trying to impress her.
He already impressed her, though, back in April.
When he got his foot shut?
When he got his foot shot in the burglary. I think she was all. Wouldn't you say she would have already been impressed by then?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm calling bullshit on that. I think Joe Rostow was definitely up there that night.
But what kind of woman, think about that? You're gonna go there, get tied up, and have your his foot gets shot, and this whole big robbery thing, and then you stay with the guy, and then you're wondering like, oh my God.
Yeah, and then you think like a year or 8 months later, he's going to try and impress you by saying, yes. "Oh, I took drugs up there where the murders were the other night." No, he wouldn't have said shit.
That must have been love, though, or she wouldn't have been there.
No, he trusted her, and he told her, "I took some drugs up there the other night." God damn it! And goddamn, he probably said something like this: "I took some drugs up once they found out the murder. Once it hit the press." Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I took drugs up there the other night too, Charlene. I'm lucky I wasn't.
That's where I was. I wasn't, No,
I'm glad I wasn't. Good thing I got the fuck out of there, because they were going to probably kill me too. So what he didn't count on was that Charlene was going to go to the cops with that.
I see what you're saying. Yep.
Look, here's some more Nicholas Shrek bullshit. Did Tex shoot Joel? Sure he did. Sure he did, Jerome. These people believe anything fucking Shrek says. Why do you people believe some dumb fuck moron who had his ear chopped off because he's a freak? That's why he had his ear chopped off, He's out there doing freaky shit. And he got his karma. He thinks it's a flex. Somehow he flexes on that. He thinks it's a good thing. But
what are you telling me, though? That like I should just lean into things sometimes? I mean, don't you think that's what he did with his ear?
I guess, but I don't know why people would believe him after you can see right through the guy. I understand at first. You might go, oh, that's interesting. Oh, he knows something because he knows Charlie. But once you start looking at his material, and the story behind his book, right? So he didn't even write that book. He didn't even do the research for that book. Most of the research was done by another guy who didn't want no part of it. And so he gave it to Shrek, and then Shrek finished it. That's how come some parts of his book, Shrek's got some sources, because the guy that did the research actually has sources. But then the other parts of the book where it seems weird because there's no sources, that's Shrek's part. That's where he's filling in. Yes, Rostau was the guy they found in the trunk of a car because Rostau was Massaro's crime partner, and he was involved with Massaro, during the JFK mail stuff, mail thieving. They were stealing mail out of JFK Airport.
I think Shrek looks more credible too because, you know, he is linked to Manson. We see that. We've seen him interview him. He's been in it a long time, and he has talked to people where you would think he would be.
I totally agree. But him himself makes stuff up, literally makes stuff up and tries to pass it off as a fact. He is a complete fucking liar. And I don't know why people buy into him. If you can't look at that, I get it. Maybe at first it's like, wow, it's kind of fascinating. And like you said, he's got some credential because he's talked to some people, but dude, that book is, like I said, you'll figure it out if you get into it deep enough or follow it long enough. You'll figure it out.
I think that maybe when he hears that, you know, when somebody says something, that then he can repeat it without checking it out. You know what I mean? Like, because he can say so and so said it, or you know,
he says Sharon Tate was fucking the dogs. Do you believe that? You believe that too?
No, I don't.
Thank you. I like that, Hollis Keith.
That's really nasty.
I don't care. Really I don't give a damn. That's exactly what
he's saying that. He's really saying that.
That's what I'm saying, too. I'm backing him up. He's a scumbag Nazi licking on Satan's three-pronged dick.
Well,
that's what you are, Nick. You piece of trash. Dude, I'd tell him to his ugly face, too. I swear to God, I would. I would love it. He's like 8 feet taller than me, too. So he'd probably squash me.
You need a stepladder.
I don't care. Like, I'd still say it. Like, I don't even give a shit. Like, squash me, bitch. But I'm still going to tell you, you are full of shit. You're a fucking scum.
He really said that about Sharon?
Yes. I've got let me see if I can find the screenshots.
Well, no. We don't need to put that out. Okay.
No, I've got the screenshots. I want people to see this piece of trash.
That's bad.
He's a scumbag, man. He's a pure scumbag. And there's people out there that like, they brag about like driving him around when he came to LA and like, I got to drive Nick Shrek around. No, you didn't. You got to be a gopher, you little stupid fuck. Like, who would drive him around and think you're doing you're doing something?
You know,
I'm just saying.
Maybe we should talk about.
He suckers all these. No, he suckers all these people. And he's actual scumbag. You know it, Nick. You know you're a scumbag. You piece of fucking trash.
So
you're the whole problem with this case. You're the whole problem with this case. You're right. I'm so sorry. You're right. Let's find something. Dude, I'm getting out there. I'm getting sideways.
Yeah.
I'm getting sideways. Got it. Okay. All right. Hey, did you know though, Tawna? Like,
no, I didn't.
A sad thing happened.
What's that?
We're gonna edit all this out, by the way, because I'm getting sideways, dude. Look.
Yes.
That's what's left of Dennis Wilson's house. Is this weird? Like all of this stuff is coming down.
Doesn't that fireplace look just like the Tate fireplace?
It does. The one on the left. Yeah. Do you remember? And I thought of this. Somebody mentioned it in the group when it happened, but when those fires hit LA, you guys, when those fires hit you guys, I immediately, there's no secret, you guys suffered back then when those fires hit. It burned almost the whole goddamn blessed city down, right? I mean, Spencer Pratt right now is on YouTube, Twitter right now. He's going off on the governor right now. Spencer Pratt now, of all people. Spencer Pratt. Like the whole city burned down. You guys didn't have no water where you should have water like that. What a shithole. You guys live in a shithole.
It is a shithole.
It's a freaking shithole out there. Why? Why do you guys do this? Anyway, so All of this place burned down, man. And the first thing I thought about was Sandy Good. And do you ever remember what she said? I don't have the clip, but do you remember?
I remember, yep.
Yeah,
Your city will burn.
Yeah. Boy. Now, I know it's like 40 years later, but does it matter? They ended up burning, man. That motherfucker burned. And look, not only did it burn, but these landmarks that burned. These landmarks that are significant to the case. They're gone. Look. Manson used to party in that house with the girls and the boys and the band. And Dennis Wilson.
Are you sure that's Dennis's house?
Yes.
It doesn't look like Dennis's house.
Because it's burned down. It's all burned down. That's why. You can't tell because it's burned down. That's it. That's the house. Crazy. Anyway. All right, let me talk about
this. It looks like it. That doesn't look like Dennis Wilson's house. It looks like that's awfully small, isn't it?
Laufenberg?
What?
I'm gonna give you one.
If you said Dennis's house, then it's Dennis's house. Okay.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna give you one chance. Thank you, girl. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's exactly right. Don't do it. Don't challenge me on this one. I got this one. I'm good with some of the stuff you challenge me on, girl, because you are right. You get me. Okay, but not this one. Not this one. Don't do this one. I got this one.
Okay, but if I prove you wrong later on, I'm gonna.
Oh my God! I'll give you anything you want. I'll owe you money. I'll give you whatever.
How much?
Whatever you say. That's how confident. That's how confident that I am that this is Wilson's old place. Or Roy Rogers, whoever. I think it was Roy. Anyway.
I don't think that's his house.
I know. I like that you don't, but you better not.
What do I get? What do I get when I'm?
You better not.
When I'm proven right, what do I get?
I'm telling you, name it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You name your price.
Well, we need to name it right now.
Okay, well, you name it. I'll tell you, and you get what you want. But I'm telling you, you're screwing up because if you do this, and I end up like you know what you're going to get. You know what's going to happen. So don't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong, and you're going to wish you never did this. So just go with it. You know what? You better just go with it. All right. There's the blood map, by the way.
I want money.
We'll discuss it. But are you actually going to try to prove me wrong in this, girl? Oh, come on now. Don't do it.
Right. I think I will.
All right. And there's the blood map. I know people are like, that's not the blood map. That's not it. It's the blood map. It is.
It's one of the blood maps.
Yes.
I've seen several different. Yeah.
That's some cool artwork that
one shows where the footprints are.
Yeah, that's some cool artwork right there, though. That Cielo Drive did for me. Thank you, Bo Emerson. By the way, Cielo Drive. I was going to put his website up there, but here's what happened when I tried to do it. Anyway, cielodrive.com. That's where you go. Let's see what else we got. So let me just tie this up real quick because I kind of left it hanging, but this is down the road. This is what we're going to just talk about down the road. If I said this earlier, if Linda Kasabian knew the night of the murders that Harold True didn't live on Waverly anymore, she already knew that. That means they went over there for another reason. And that's where I bring in this girl. Because I got a theory for this too now, if it goes that direction.
Okay, what's your theory?
It has to do with this girl. You know when people find God, Tawna? They find God when they fuck up so bad in life that mere mortals, other mortals don't want to be around them anymore. That's usually when they find a higher power. And you got to screw up so bad that you literally are being rejected and rebuffed by the public or your friends or your family. Like you've done something so heinous. Or not everybody. I mean, some people find God just in every day, but like usually when no reason, they just happen to flip real quick, like Tex Watson did, for example, because he killed everybody and he can't live with himself. You find God. This girl right here, Susan LaBianca, she is the daughter of the LaBiancas. And everybody knows this story. It came out later on through, I guess, what, the 80s or late, I guess, the whenever Tex went up for parole, she came out of nowhere. Completely devout Christian. She flipped. She wasn't this previously when she was dating Joe Dorgan. But over the years, she somehow found God. And people would go, well, gosh, her parents were murdered, dude. She walked in on her parents that morning with their boyfriend. And she didn't have to see the bodies. I think he shielded her, but she did have to experience that. That's terrible. It is. I agree. It would send anybody into trauma for the rest of their lives.
Poor Frank.
That's exactly what it did to Frank, to the brother. Frank LaBianca. I'm sorry, Frank
LaBianca.
No, what was his
Struthers. Sorry.
No, I knew when I said I couldn't hit it. Frank Struthers, her brother, the son, and he was young. He was 16. He had a terrible life after this. He became an alcoholic and literally drank himself to death years earlier than he probably should have died, because he died from alcohol-related diseases. That's what Frank did, because he was traumatized by the death of his parents. This woman, she found God and then decided to launch a campaign. Wait a minute. Let me backtrack. Before she found God and before all of that, she was with her boyfriend when they found her parents. And this was like 10 o'clock at night, maybe 11, something like that, because Frank got home at around 8:30, went and didn't feel comfortable. So he went and called his sister, who had came home a day earlier with the parents. And Frank came home a day later with the neighbors. He got let out, walk up his driveway. He walks up his driveway. He sees the boat in the driveway. He walks past the boat in the driveway. He sees some skis on the hood of his mother's car, and he sees the shades pulled down and the lights are out, and he is freaking out.
Yep, the boat's in the driveway. You're right.
And he's freaking out. So he goes and calls his sister, who you see on the screen right here. And he says, look, this shit's weird. Stuff is happening. Some weird stuff going on. You come over here, please. So she gets her boyfriend, and it takes them, what, an hour or something? Imagine getting a call from your brother and you go, man, I'm so freaked out. I don't even want to go in the house, man. Here's what's going on. Dad's got the boat in the driveway in the car. You know, he never does that. And he's got the skis up on mom's car. The house is dark. The shades are pulled down. What's going on? It's only 8:30 at night. And the sister says, okay. She gets her shit together. She gets her boyfriend, and they come and meet him wherever they picked him up at, and they go back to the house. And it took like an hour or something. It was like a long gap. So they go in the house and they find the bodies and they freak out, obviously. But what does Susan LaBianca here do? She makes a beeline for the freaking safe. And she gets the money out of her stepfather's safe, which I think is weird. I had a stepfather. You know, he did fatherly things with me and stuff, I guess, but he ain't going to let me get near his money. She felt so inclined, she went down and got the money. Now, they found out that she got the money, and they told her, you put that money, give us that, put the money back, give us the money back, or you're going to be arrested. And she gave the money back. She put the money back. And then she found God. And then she decided to start a campaign to get Tex Watson out of prison. back when he first started going up for parole. So the murders weren't even a decade old yet, or barely a decade old, I should say, barely a decade old. And this guy and this woman is coming out, the daughter of the daughter of the victims, and she's coming out wanting to get this guy out of prison. Don't you think that's weird? She doesn't say, I forgive the girls. She doesn't mention any forgiveness for Pat or Leslie. She doesn't attend their parole hearings. She attends Watson's parole hearing. And she says she is there to lobby, not Tex, not Mr. Watson, Charles. She calls him Charles because that's his first name. But that's the relationship that they have. They're on first name. Like if that guy murdered my parents, you know what his name would be? Shit stain. So she comes out and she wants to get the guy out of prison. Obviously, it didn't work. It is very odd what this woman is doing. Now, they gave her a polygraph test. And she passed the polygraph. And that's why they said, okay, we clear her. So the only reason that she's cleared of these murders is because she passed the polygraph. Now, I ask you, do you think it would be that hard to bullshit a polygraph in 1969? I mean, I don't know. I've never taken one. I know they're not admissible in court for a reason. And maybe nowadays they have refined the polygraph where it's probably hard to deceive and get away with it. But look at those polygraph tests back in 1969, 1970s or whatever. They had the little graph, like an earthquake graph, like a little meteor, like a freaking
wires around your chest and
yeah.
your
Like a freaking Richter scale or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to think, is it easy? Could you manipulate one of those where you beat it? I mean, is it that hard? I wonder. I don't know. That's a good point. Classic says you beat the polygraph examiner, not the polygraph.
So where was the safe that this money was that she took?
In Leno's store.
The market?
Yeah.
How did she even have access to that? Do you know?
Well, no, I think it's weird that she would even go. Why would she think she has the money? Why would she think as the stepdaughter, she is entitled to the money?
Well, yeah, but like, how would she even have access to it? That's weird.
Yeah, it is. But
yeah, you know what? And they never even investigated what happened to her mother. They saw Leno and that was it.
That's a good point. Right. Exactly. They didn't even where's Rosemary? They didn't even wait to see if they found Rosemary. Right.
And I don't think that they mentioned that to the cops either. Like, oh, well, where's my mother? My mother's might be in there. I mean,
yeah. Yep. Considering her boyfriend was Joe Dorgan and I'd like to see that. Show me one piece of evidence that he was part of any biker gang or, frequented Spawn Ranch. I would love to see that.
And none of this, there was a guy named Joe that was down there. That doesn't work.
I need a little more. I need a little more than that. Yeah.
Oh, Dennis Wilson's house is still standing.
You liar. Show me that picture. Show it to me, Jerome.
May.
Show it to me. Yeah, again, Forest of Ravenshire. I don't mind that. I mean, I just want to see some proof of this. No, it's not. Show me.
Well, I thought it was interesting that Dorgan and Susan actually lived together at the time of the murders. I didn't know that.
Why do you think it took them so long to get over there?
I don't know. I think it's amazing that Frank didn't go in on his own. Like he had that, yeah, because he had that intuition. He could have just gone to his mom's car and gotten the key, and he didn't. Like he must have just felt like something was wrong. Just very weird.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that before, been a little weird about my house. But you're right. I went in. I still went in. Now, if I seen a dead body or something, I would have ran out like a little bitch.
Yeah.
But
I think that messed that kid up.
oh my God. How can this be? That's not the one on Sunset, is it? Dude, do you know the worst thing in the world is to be in debt in some way to Tawna Laufenberg?
Yeah.
It's the worst. It's the worst to have something over your head by her. I'm not kidding. So what picture is this? Why did they say this is his house? This is like from the parks, the California parks. No, I'm not believing it. I'm going to believe it got burned.
Okay. You'll see.
I'm looking right now. I'm trying to find it. I'm looking, trying to chase it down right now as we talk. This might be a rare moment in TLB radio right now. It might be a rare moment. You know what the rare moment would be?
I'm right and you're wrong.
That I'm wrong. Yeah. That never happens. Let me see this picture again. Why did they say that if it's not true?
Who is they?
The California government. Because that's where I got that picture from. They put that picture out on Twitter. They put it out there and said that was Dennis Wilson's old house. I'm looking for it. I'm trying to get it again here so I can. I guess I can take it off of here. No, they won't let me download it. But you see up top where it says newsroom at parks.ca.gov?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. They put that out there. They said that was the house of that was the house of the who had the house before Dennis? Roy Rogers or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a whole like a state park, Roy Rogers Park, I think, or something.
Well, they said,
I don't know.
that's what it is. Yeah, so they said that was his house. So naturally, that would have been Dennis's house. But now they're saying that's not it. Where's the link at, dude? Let me go back and look for the link here he posted. I know, the older you get, the sadder the case. I know, classic. You're right. Maybe Roy Rogers in the Palisades. That's probably what it is. Yep, that's what it is. Hey, Marcella. Thank you. That's really nice of you. Thank you for those nice words. All right. I guess I might have to concede here. Damn it. All right, Gil. Rack me one up. Put one in the hole for me, Gil. Motherfucker! You guys got me. Fuck me, man. All right. I got to concede. Damn it. Bitches. All right, Laufenberg.
Yeah.
I guess you name your bet. You name your price. I'll pay it off.
I think that you should let the people in the chat decide.
Well, it doesn't even have to be tonight. We can do it by the next show if you want to. We can do it that way. All right, so you guys be thinking about it. What's my punishment? What does Laufenberg win? Laufenberg wins. What is my point? What does she win? Tawna is right again. I like how they put again in capital letters there.
Yep.
Fucker.
And they spelled my name right too.
I know they got your name right even. Public nudity. No, I'm not going to jail. Plus, you know what? Nobody, I promise, nobody wants to see that. I promise you that. Oh, come on, James. Whoops, that's Reese's.
Oh,
There, that's
they said this time. She's right this time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better. That's better, Doug. Where's Doug at? There we go.
I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, Boo. I like that. That she doesn't drink the coffee, but I like that. So I should get her a gift card like that. Like here,
I have to give it back to you.
Yeah, then you give it back to me, and I would end up winning anyway. That's the point. Yes, you get it. Bring back streaking. Hey, is that not the best scene though in the back to school movie where they're like Will Ferrell, like, what are you doing? We're streaking, honey. We're streaking. Who's we? Everybody. And he turns around. There's nobody following him. Remember that? Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That I thought of that just now when he said streaking. All right. So we'll think about it. I owe Tawna though. Oh, look at this. That's pretty nice. That's a good thought. Kind of. Frank the Tank. God bless you. That's it, baby. Frank the Tank. Hello. Shout out Frank the Tank.
You know, you notice they don't say that Brian gets on an airplane.
You are correct. I'm on the no-fly list. That's why. Everybody knows that. That is true.
Yeah.
You're right. I would pay for her flight. You're absolutely right, Jay. I ain't getting on no airplane. Frank the Tank. I already said that. Okay. Yeah, and it's not because I just think that's funny. They think that.
Well, if it's a gift card for coffee, I know someone that might want to use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
With ice.
Stop. That's so gross. She knows that too. I would get on a bus maybe. I don't know. That's a long bus ride. I'd drive. I got a car. I can drive. I got my car. I got a good car. My car would make it. It's a good car. But yeah, those bus days are over. Dude, Greyhound is the worst travel ever too, by the way. Greyhound sucks. But anyway, good thought. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Gil. And thank you. Oh, you posted on Facebook is the link. Okay, let me look at that link. Dude, thank you guys for being with us tonight, by the way, while I'm looking for this link. It is great to be back with you folks. I love the TLBers. I really do.
All right, but we're getting rid of this StreamYard.
Dude,
okay.
I'm not even playing. StreamYard, you're out of here. You are out of here.
You know what it is? It's because we were doing the upgraded thing, and that made it worse.
It did. We actually upgraded the account tonight. And that's why.
What about Hulk Hogan? That's right. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah. How could I forget all this? Hulk Hogan, Sabu. There's been a bunch. Ozzy. Oh my God. Yes. Oh Lord. See how far off we've been? We've been out so long.
Yep. It's been like 6 months.
Thank you. I know it's too long. I can't even believe it. It goes by so quickly. Like I go, okay, let's do it next week, and we'll put that off, and then we'll find some new stuff. We'll put that in the folder. And we'll come back and talk about it. And what about the show we we're going to do last week? All right, let's do it next week. And dude, before we know it, man, it's like it's almost September. Wow. Boo Hamilton, one of my favorite people. Thank you. It is back. It's good to be back, man. It really is. I love you guys. The TLBers are the best. They're the most down to earth. They're the best critical thinkers. They don't let me off the hook. If I'm wrong, they'll tell me I'm wrong. They don't care. They'll challenge me. I love them. You guys are great.
They love the chemistry and rage.
Ha 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 ha. The chemistry and rage. Let me just say, I'm trying to control it. I'll put it that way. I'm trying. It is a freaking challenge, but I'm trying.
Well, I don't help very much because sometimes I do,
Thank you, Steve Kosak. I love you, man. You're a good guy. I like Steve. Steve has been a listener of ours for quite a few years, man, and I appreciate that. Thank you. What now? What did you say?
My cat is scratching the furniture. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God.
That's my favorite comment. Tawna
Sorry.
to blame. I blame you.
Yeah,
Tawna.
I was saying, like I do provoke you quite a bit. So.
Well, I'm glad you admit that, by God, because if they only knew. See, you guys don't see where she provokes me sometimes, even. That goes over because she's so stealth about it. Yeah, I mean, you just admitted it, Tawna, so don't act like you're not. You're so stealthy about it. Twins. I know when you're doing it, though, but they don't. That's all. So you'll poke me, man. You'll poke me, and I'll go, God damn, blah, blah, blah. And people are like, what the hell's wrong with him? They don't realize what you just did. Dude, you have no idea, Classic. She is certified top girl, mean girl. Anyway, all right. That's it, I guess, for tonight, man. God bless.
I don't know. I want to keep going.
Tawna, I'm telling you, we didn't want to do 3 hours tonight. You remember?
Yeah, okay.
We're like in the weeds right now. So if anybody wants to leave, you guys feel free to leave right now. We're just rambling right now. The show's over. Mm-hmm. I'll probably edit the ending here because I'll just a lot of blah, blah here. But I want to say one more thing. Did you know? This is really interesting. I don't even know how they get by with this. I didn't know you could do this. I just found this out today. Dude, that's the thing about this. I'm always finding out some little thing about this case. I love it. Let me get my note here.
Did Tex know Massaro?
Yes. 100%. 100%. He knew Massaro.
Really? 100%.
100%. Challenge me on it. I wish you would.
100%.
Double or nothing. Challenge me on this one. Double or nothing. On the double or nothing from the Dennis Wilson house.
I don't think you can say 100%.
I'm saying 100%. Tom O'Neill confirmed it.
Oh, well, if he said it, okay.
I'm just saying that's good enough for me. I like that. See, that's how you do it, Forrest of Ravenshire. You use that's how to do it right there. Instead of saying Tex robbed Massaro and shot him, you should always say, I think, in my opinion. Right? You should always say it like that. Unless it's a fact. Unless it's an absolute fact.
Which you've said that it is a fact.
No, I'm saying she says Tex robbed Massaro and shot him. Actually, though, Forrester Ravenshire, the story, the rumor, it's not confirmed. It's more Nick Shrek bullshit. But the rumor is that they robbed Rostow and shot Rostow in the foot. Yeah. Yeah, it was a foot. Yeah, it was Rostow. So you're right. You're kind of right there. But that's the rumor. Oh, wow. Love it. All right. Did you know? I didn't know this. Dean Morehouse would not take the oath.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He wouldn't take the oath.
What in the hell is up with that? How is that possible? So are you telling me that you don't really have to say, yes, I do? When you
Something like that. Isn't that crazy?
That's weird to me, man. That's off to me. That's so like, I don't like what? So why do they even do it then? And let's say you didn't want to take the oath under God, like our God, like the Christian God. But wouldn't you take the oath under whatever God you believed?
Oh, I take the oath under Satan.
Whatever. The point of it is they want you under oath, like so you won't lie.
Right.
So whatever God you believe in should be like you should still be able to take the oath. Like you should still have to take the oath.
Then he gives his occupation as like the truth bringer or some shit like that.
But I never knew that Dean Morehouse would not take the oath when he went to testify. And they let him do it. They still let him testify.
Yeah, in the second trial, yep.
It's amazing.
Weird. Just some weird little anecdote, right?
Well, I guess it's, look, it is. And I never thought about it, but that's a good point. Well, James is like, the Bible isn't for everybody. You're right. So I say, well, what about the Quran? How about that? Swear on the Quran. But you're right. Some people are atheists.
Like, I don't think he even did like an affirmation of it.
Yeah.
It's very
But
weird.
I mean, when you think about it, right? What about the witnesses like Classic here mentions? What about the witnesses that are atheist or agnostic?
Well, you're supposed to just affirm that you're going to tell the truth.
Oh, is that what they do? Okay. He did. He gave his kid to Charles Manson. I know. Morehouse.
He wasn't the only.
Well, I know, but he gave his daughter to him. Like, yeah, go have my daughter. Go ahead.
Well,
I mean, the funny part,
experience.
Dude, the funny part about Morehouse is I understand he hated Charlie at first. Like they didn't get along at first. He hated Charlie at first, and then turned out to be one of his greatest supporters.
Didn't he get out of prison and want to like become Charlie or something? Take over
I didn't know. I don't know. You might be right.
I think I've heard some story like he's going to get the family back together.
Hey, Roger. Thank you, man. Roger. Damn, I can't believe I missed. Thank you, Roger. It's very nice of you to say, brother. Thank you. We're glad to be back, man. We're happy to be back. It's fun to see everybody and talk about this again with everybody. So I'm going to leave the show with one thing tonight. I want people to think about because I've got a problem. I've got a big problem I'm wrestling with. And I'd like some help on this. And I'm going to leave it. And the next time we get together, I'm going to bring it back up and see what everybody thinks. And if you got a couple of suggestions on the way out, that's fine. I'll listen. But like I've got a moral problem here. It's starting to bother me. I don't know what I'm going to do.
It's okay. The boat was in the street.
I wish it was that simple. One of our arguments, obviously, about this thing is Manson did not get a fair trial. That prosecutor is a piece of shit. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
A lot of it's due process, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Big problem with the due process of this case. I don't even think they got the evidence to charge him with conspiracy. I don't think they even got the evidence to say he ordered the murders. And then there's a trial. Then there's the problems with the trial. Now, everybody knows that during the trial, Manson was up and down throughout the trial, right?
Up and down? What do you mean up and down?
He was like, the old gray mare ain't what she used to be. Ain't what she used to be. I got a system of my own. Yeah, he was up through the trial, right?
Judge, you're a woman.
Right, exactly. So he's all through the trial doing that, right? Right?
Yep.
And what happens usually? The judge will take him and remove him from the right from the court. That's usually what happens. Is that not? Is that right?
Yep.
So that went on throughout the trial. No problem. I'm okay. Judge did what he had to do. Remove Charlie. You did it out of the way. And at that point, the judge maintains he's on the bench and he's still the judge of the trial, right?
Right.
Then later down the road in the trial, we got this. We know the story that Charlie had enough of whatever he had enough of. Do you know the exact what happened? You tell me here in a minute. But Charlie had enough of what was going on, and what did he do? He attacked the judge with a pencil.
He wanted there was a witness. It was one of the cops. He wanted him to. He wanted Kinerick to ask him some questions, and Kinerick wouldn't do it. So he asked the judge himself, "Your Honor, can I ask them some questions?" And he said, "No, you may not." And he just lost it.
And when I leapt after the judge, right? He leapt after him. LEP.
Yep.
And there you can see the artist rendition there of the court. Okay. Here's my problem. Due process. A judge has to be impartial. He cannot be in any way influenced either way to rule in favor one way unfairly, right?
Completely impartial.
Right. If something happens in the trial where the judge cannot be impartial, the judge should probably or should recluse himself, right, from the trial, correct?
Yes.
So we have a situation here where Charlie Manson attacks the judge or tries to attack the judge or goes after the judge, whatever. He never got to the judge, by the way. He got jumped by the bailiff, as you can see.
I don't think he ever had any expectation of getting to the judge.
You don't?
No.
I do. I think he definitely was trying to get to that. So if he had gotten to the judge, what do you think would have happened?
I don't know.
I think he would have. I don't know either. I think he would have tried to stab him with the pencil in the face or something. He's so mad. Do you think he would have been like?
He probably would have been like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I got to the judge."
Oh, no, I think he would have got to the judge, held him down with put his pencil up like he's going to stab him with the pencil. Probably put his other hand around the judge's neck, and he probably would have said, "Do you want to die? Do you want to die?" And the judge goes, "No, no. Are you afraid to die? No, I'm not." Okay, you don't have to die.
You can live. Yeah.
Because that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets up there and he goes, "I roll the nickels." That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. Classic. Oh, shit. Okay, let's play a game for a minute. What does Manson say when he gets to the judge? That's a good one. I roll the nickels. That's a winner.
Get up on that road, right?
I love it. All right.
That's so funny.
That is very funny. Yeah. Get up on that road, Judge. You better get up on that road, Judge. Pencil through the pineal gland. I don't even know what is the pineal gland. That's a good one. God damn. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, you
That's
do.
wild. What is it? What is that? Like the Adam's apple?
Nope.
What is it? Do I know, but I don't know?
You know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Spell the word.
I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to do it. It's gross. Penis gland. I don't know. Is that right? That's what I'm going for?
Oh my God.
Probably not, right? I just screwed that up, didn't I? All right.
Anyway.
All right, let me get back to my problem with this because this is very serious. I'm being serious. We're joking now, but I shouldn't be joking. All right, here's my problem. Manson goes to attack the judge here. It obviously causes a big problem, commotion. The judge comes back the next day with a gun under his robe. And he tells everybody, "I got a gun under my robe. I'm ready." Right?
Yes, he lets that be known. Yes.
Right. At that point on, it doesn't seem to me, Tawna, that the judge is going to be able to be fair in the case.
That's what I'm saying.
if he thinks that Charlie is going to kill him or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So now the judge went on to finish the case, as we all know. But the question is, should the judge have reclused himself at that point? Should he have taken himself off of the case at that point? Now, if you say yeah, and you're probably right, but my part is like, my argument has been no, because Charlie Manson, the defendant, caused the problem. He's the one that caused the problem. So why should he get to be somewhat, and I use this word lightly because we don't know what judge would have came in after older, but why would Charlie get to possibly be rewarded for causing the judge to recluse himself? Even though technically the judge should, because he's not going to have the ability to be a fair judge at that point. So Manson unknowingly gets the judge to recluse himself, and then another judge comes in and starts the rule favorably for Manson. So Manson gets the benefit by causing the problem to begin with. And dude, I got a big problem with that. I don't think that's right. I don't think the judge should recluse himself or have to at that point. But if I go with that route, if I go with that direction, then I'm going against the due process that everybody deserves, that I believe.
But that's because you're looking at it all wrong. It has nothing to do with any of that.
Straighten me out.
Okay, so, well, first, the thing that cracked me up that the judge said after this whole event was that he like laughed. He said, "I can't believe he made it over the table," because I guess Manson actually made it all the way over the defense table.
Yeah.
And he did bring a gun in under his robes, and he let everybody know, but he started ruling differently after that. Like, he had lost all of his, and I can get why. I understand why. I mean, obviously, we can understand if something like that happens, yeah, it's a problem. But I don't think that it matters whether or not Manson ends up benefiting, because the other way, it doesn't work either. Like,
well, it's possible.
The judge, it's all about the judge. It's about the judge's frame of mind. And if the judge can't do his job, then that is the only thing that matters when it comes to being recused or not. And Manson doesn't necessarily benefit, because the next judge that's brought in, like, he doesn't get a mistrial.
No, not necessarily, but he could possibly with favorable rulings in the future from then on out.
And even that, like, you would risk an appeal though. If you didn't recuse yourself, right there, you're jeopardizing the entire case, because then the appeals court could say, well, you know what, you should have.
That's exactly what Classic here is saying. That's what they're saying. The judge
in here, I mean, it's just like what Bugliosi said. Oh, we don't have to worry about that because they know the guys upstairs.
Yeah. Well, that's different. That's something different.
But I'm just saying, like, from my point of view, it has nothing to do with Manson at all, other than it has to do with the structure of the fairness of the due process.
Oh, yeah. Now that's the thing, too. I was saying you could take Manson out of the equation and just say defendant A, whoever defendant A is, and does that, right? Like,
yeah.
Again, I'm all about. It's part of why I'm even doing this thing for as long as I've done it. That's how come I've been in this shit for 11, 12, 15 years now. It's because I am all about the due process, and we all should have that right. And well, you know. So now, for the first time, I'm realizing, wait a minute. The judge would have to recluse himself from what Charlie caused, or defendant. Again, this doesn't mean Charlie. The defendant caused.
But see, some judges would be able to go on unbiased from that. I just don't think the judge
on an attack. After an attack. Wow,
it was an attempted attack. It wasn't. He didn't even get anywhere. I mean,
okay, you're right. All right, after an attempted attack, though, I don't know.
Yeah,
and you're right. Regardless, Judge Older apparently was affected by it. because
many judges would not be. Many judges would be able to take that in stride and have it not
really
even matter, but not Judge Older.
Do you think it was unusual for him to bring a gun?
I think that everything that happened after that point was very odd.
That's what I'm saying. Classic. If any defendant would figure this out and go, you know what? I'll just call the God blessed, disruption in the courtroom. I'll get the judge thrown off my case and I'll get a new judge that way. Because remember, Manson couldn't ask for another judge anymore. He already did that with Keene. He already used that. He already played that card.
All right, but do you think that he was trying to get Judge Older off by what he did?
No, not at that moment. I really don't. No, I think he was acting in pure anger. So you're right. But it could be you could look at that and go, oh, look what Charlie Manson did. And he got a new judge. I think I'll do that. And the next the next person could actually do it intentionally.
Yeah, but most of the time the judges are expecting dumb shit like that. All kinds of dumb shit happens.
Yeah.
And most of them can take it in stride. I'm just saying, like, from the way that Judge Older ruled from that point on, I think that he was affected.
And so I just have a hard time with. I mean, you're probably right, but that's my point. Why would, in that case, and I'm having a hard time with this, people. I really am.
Well, couldn't he also, maybe he wouldn't benefit. Maybe the next judge would be worse.
Well, maybe, but we don't, it couldn't be any worse. How could it be any worse?
Oh, it could be worse.
I don't know about that, but Manson probably thought, you know what? It's worth the risk. But he didn't think, I don't think he really thought that. But I mean, he could have, like the next person could think it's worth the risk.
He was not lenient. He was very impatient and he was very disregarding of Manson and the attorney in front of the jury. Yeah. It was bad. Like it changed.
I mean,
it happened in front of the jury. I thought that would be enough because the jury got to see it happen. It didn't benefit. It didn't benefit him to have the jury see that. That's for sure.
No, but it might have benefited him had he got another judge that started ruling his way.
Yeah, but Judge Older, he became very
and if that happened, man, I'm like, damn. It's like, so my initial reaction was, okay, you know what? If that were to happen and the judge reclused himself over that, then guess what? No, Charlie doesn't get that break. Even though he should normally deserve that for due process, not when you're the one that caused it. But if that's the case, then I'm still hypocritical. I'm being a hypocrite. And I can't live with that. So I'm kind of torn.
But don't you think that the penalty to Charlie right there is the fact that he was so stupid that he did that in front of the jury?
Luckily, maybe it worked out that way this time. But my point is down the road, and I don't know if it's ever happened again in any other trial, but I just think, to me, man, I just think that is a heck of a way to reward. Again, you don't like to use that word because you don't think there was any reward to it, but it could possibly reward the defendant if he gets a new judge and he comes in and starts getting these rulings going his way.
I think that he would have been better off with Judge Keene.
Uh-huh.
So I think it already didn't work in his favor one time.
Gotcha. You think it was already when he made the first move to get.
Yeah.
You might be right. Actually, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened if Keene stayed on the case. Yeah. Wow. Good stuff, man. 3.5 hours tonight, Laufenberg. We haven't done this in a long time. We obviously had some build up here. We had to get some relief. You remember when Charlie got off the stand? He goes, y'all don't have to worry about testifying. I just relieved myself. Everything's fine.
Yep. So what would your favorite like Manson
God damn
thing that he says is, what would it be? What, like, just off the top of your head, what would your favorite thing that he says be?
My favorite line?
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be this right here. I still laugh at this still to this day. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I think. If I had to pick a favorite funny line from freaking Manson, this would be it.
Everything I do, they make a rule against it, see? If I wanted a bucket of shit, they'd tell me no. They'd pass a rule, send no buckets of shit, man.
At one time, he told Geraldo, dude, if I bust a hole in that wall right there, they make they make policies over me.
God, that's so funny.
So that's one of my favorite lines of his.
See, no more already.
Yeah, the no more buckets of shit line. That's one of my favorites. I just think that's hilarious.
It's true.
Oh, that's a good one. When he told that reporter, I got to go take a shit.
He was just being so disrespectful, though. Come on.
He told her he was fat. You wouldn't mind if I told you could lose a few pounds, would you?
Like 30 pounds?
He was just angry that day. He was just pissed off with everything. See, I think some of the decades, Charlie just went in and out of this anger shit. Like he was like, some days he was just fucking tired of this bullshit, and other days he just didn't give a fuck. Other days he was over it and didn't care about any of it at all. And then some days again, he'd be so mad. Some of those interviews he did back in like the early 90s, like 92, I think around his 25th anniversary. And some of those interviews he did, he was like, you could just tell he's so pissed off. He's like, I'm tired of this shit. Y'all want some shit? Here, I'll tell you. Yeah, I went in there. I went up to the man. I tied LaBianca up, and I said, don't you lie to me. Where's the little black book? Don't you lie to me. Don't you lie. Remember he said that?
The LaBiancas.
All bullshit. I don't believe one bit of that. I don't believe one bit. I think that's when Charlie just gets pissed off. He's like, I'm sick of it all. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all want me to tell you about it? Then I'll tell you about it. Yeah, I went in there. I'd have killed 50 million of them. Like that's just him being mad. Because imagine if they said you ordered murders and you had a bunch of robots, bloodthirsty robots to do it for you, and you were the devil and all this stuff and none of it was true. None of it. Boy, I'd be mad too. I'd be mad too. That's all I'm saying.
If I started killing people, there'd be none of you left.
I'd be mad. That's what I'm saying. I'd be so goddamn mad. They wouldn't even I always thought, look, I'm not defending this guy. I'm just saying, I always thought Charlie handled it way better than I would have.
Do you see the comment?
You see all the shit he could have done and he didn't? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he could have done anything.
Alice gave the black book to the cops. Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that at?
I don't know.
I'd like to see it. Dude, I wonder if Alice didn't tell him a tale or two. You know what I mean?
I could see that.
I just wonder, would she have a reason doing that anyway? I don't know, man. There's so many things to go back and look at.
Wait, that's the ex-wife, right?
Yeah, all those rumors and stuff to go back and clean up, man. Shit, I don't know. All right, my God, this has been great. It's been a blast. 3.5 hours. Laufenberg, we said we weren't going to do an hour maybe tonight.
I know. I've been keeping you on.
Well, by God, I might have to read that book. No more tomorrows. Where is the black book then? What did the cops do with it? Obviously, there wasn't anything to it. Hey, we love you, Classic. Thank you for your kind words tonight and your input. Thank you, guys. We appreciate all of you, actually. Thank you all for being here. And I appreciate I know Tawna does too. We appreciate your input because some of this stuff we don't know either. So we ask you guys. And the TLBers, well, you're basically just same thing we are. I appreciate it. With that being said, let's roll that bean foot. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's roll that bean music and get out of here, Laufenberg.
Okay.
I don't think we have the bean music though. Where's the theme? Do we have the music? No, we don't.
I'm not sure we have anything.
Yeah. Okay. How do we get out of this little pickle? I can't even upload anything. God damn, man. I can't move my thing.
That's where you just say TLB.
No, wait, I gotta back up. All right, let's do that, man. Let's get at it. If you're listening to all this, thank you guys. We love you guys. We're gonna come back. When are we coming back? Sunday or next week? When are we doing? A Sunday show or what? I didn't even think ahead. Because like we're doing one here, it's like Tuesday night. So are we coming back on the 17th?
I guess we'll have to see.
Can you do something on the 17th?
I might be able to.
So here's the deal, people. Fuck Laufenberg. I'll be here if she's not.
Oh, listen to you.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you're going to be here or not. I will be. I'll be here.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Really?
No.
I know. We're not to see. No, we'll be back. I'll be back Sunday night. I'll make sure she's here with me. And then we'll go from there. We're going to talk some more, man, probably about this blood stuff, because to me, that's what's happening right now. The blood stuff, I need to know. I need to know about the body, if it was on the porch or not, or did it get moved? Like, that's a big deal to me. It's part of my whole theory. And right now I'm stuck with some of these things that I'm seeing as far as like the, I mean, I believe the bodies were out there. That's not my big problem. I've got other issues with the liver temperature and stuff like that. And only Wojtek's body is the only one like that. So that opens up the possibility that maybe there were some errors made, or possibly, I mean, all that's possible. So
I don't know. I need a little bit more before I'm willing to say that that was totally wrong.
Me too. That's my point, though. It's like there's enough problems with it now that I want to go back and relook at this, and that's what we're going to be doing for the next few weeks. Yeah, we're probably going to be doing that and talking to some people for the next few weeks, and that's why I said we're this is like a progress thing here. We're working on this, and it also goes over to the LaBianca side, because if in fact Linda Kasabian knew that Harold True did not live on Waverly by the night of the murders, if she knew that, then we got a whole nother motive, in my opinion, for the LaBianca murders.
And then you got to rethink your whole theory.
Exactly. And that's where I'm at. So yeah, that's why we're spending some time on this right now. And that's where we're going to be for the next couple of weeks, probably. And then whatever else we can dig out in the meantime. So you never know. Like I said, I never knew that Dean Morehouse never took the oath. Things like that. Always something going on here in this case. I am right now, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm stalling.
Because you're looking for your music?
How'd you know? My God, you're so good at this. You've gotten really good at this, Laufenberg.
Yeah, not so much.
All right. So let's go ahead and roll that bean music there. I call bean.
You got it? You got it?
And we are getting up out of here. 3.5 hours, baby. Woo! It was great. Well, I'll tell you what, those triple shots were kicking in tonight.
Sorry for prolonging.
Not me. I'm not sorry for nothing.
The clapping of one person.
I'm on an island by myself.
And you said the F word 59 times.
We're going to check in with our Bud Odesman right now. Is that how you say it, Bud Odesman?
Oh, Budsman.
Oh, Budsman. Thank you.
But I don't really know what that is.
That's that guy that is on these shows. And at the end of the show, you go to your Bud Odesman and you go, where did we fuck up at? I just gave him one to add. And he comes on and says, okay, you remember when you were talking about the house that got burned up and you said it was Dennis Wilson's? Well, it wasn't Dennis Wilson's. That's actually still standing. So you're wrong there. So that's what a Bud Odesman does usually, from what I can tell. He gives
Budsman.
You what I say.
Bud Odesman.
Did I really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what they're supposed to do, is tell you the mistakes at the end of the show. So Gil does
the Bud Odesman.
shut up. So Gil doesn't do that quite with it, but he does keep up with our, because I'm trying to clean the show up a little bit, believe it or not. I'm trying not to say so many F-bombs. So in an effort for that, Gil Hodges keeps up with my F-bombs, and in the show we're going to check in with
he's your Bud Odesman. I like that. Okay.
Right. That's he's supposed to be anyway, or Odesman Bud, or whatever you said he was. Oh my God. What did I say? Recluse. There's another one. I said recluse. Recluse himself. It's recuse.
Yes.
Did you let me do that on purpose?
No.
Okay. You just didn't catch it.
Well,
Good catch.
I figured I corrected you once already pretty bad, so I wasn't going to.
You were going to push it.
And then you said the Bud Odesman thing. I couldn't help it.
Ah, damn it. All right.
The
So I got
Bud
two.
Odesman.
I got two mistakes tonight.
Bud
Man.
Odesman. I like that.
Yeah.
It
No,
sounds like a guy's name.
I got three mistakes tonight. I got the recuse wrong. I got the Bud Odesman Bud thing wrong. And I got the Dennis Wilson house wrong. Dude, I've got more things wrong tonight than I have in 15 years. That's a fact, Jack. All right. Good job, people. Good job. Keep me honest. I love it. Only 1 an hour. That's right, man. I'll take that too. Thank you. All right. With that being said, for Tawna Laufenberg, I'm Brian Davis. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll be back Sunday night, 8 p.m. Sunday. You'll see the promo. Join us then. The Tate LaBianca radio program. Have a good night.